you look across the media landscape, Hollywood, entertainment, TV, movies, etc. Everyone these days is obsessed with sequels, obsessed with running back the same thing over again. And it's never quite as good the second time. I hope that's not true for us, because today we're doing week 2 of ranking season. We are here to rank the top 30 shooting guards in the NBA after we did the point guards last week. How are y'all feeling?
It's honestly not even like it's a trilogy. This is year 3 of ranking season. And
Is it?
Yeah, and guess what? We're gonna be like Fast and Furious. They're gonna get this next year, the year after that, the year after that. This is a staple. I promise you.
It's going nowhere. It'll change up a little bit every year, but it's not leaving. And yeah, man, shooting guards today. Not the most interesting one. I think we talked about it off camera a little bit. 2s and 4s have become like tweeners across the league these days. Pretty much every star is like a 1, 3, or a 5. And then there's some guys in between that are slightly unique that become 2s and 4s, but the positions are kind of dying. And because of that, this is a confusing list for me. I had a hard time deciding what I value from this position. This is my least confident list I've had in a long time.
Yeah, because it's so situational, right? Like if you're 1 and 3 play a certain way, then you need a 2 to fit that. Or if you have a specific kind of big, then you need a 4 to complement them. So it's like, like if your big doesn't shoot, your 4 has to shoot, right? Yeah. If your 5 does shoot, you're okay not having a 4 who can shoot.
Yeah, the shooting guard position over the last few years, many have talked about it as being a dying position, meaning like, there's a lot of 2s who should be 1s, but don't pass certain qualifications. That's needed to be a thriving 1, starting 1, someone getting 30 minutes a game. So interesting list regardless.
Best example is in another era, if this was 15 years ago, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would be in the mix to be one of the best shooting guards of all time. That would be the discourse, but he's a point guard these days. And I think that says a lot about the current state of the position. So because of that, I think we're going to see, I assume, a lot of variance in these lists today. Most of the time we have a general range where we all agree guys go in. I think we might totally disagree about what is valuable in this list.
100%. 100%.
So with that being said, we're going to go into it. We're going to rank top 30 as we always do. But before we get to that, I got to tell you guys about episode 3 of House Call. It is out now by the time you guys are hearing this. We decided to put every single NFL team's wide receiver 1 into a tier list. Hopefully you guys have seen the first 2 episodes of House Call. In episode 2, we did our quarterback tier list, which you guys know NFL fans, they're going to defend the quarterback to their fucking grave of their favorite team. So lots of disagreements there, as you'd expect. I guarantee you will have just as many disagreements with our wide receiver list. It will also cause you to be upset because we don't say your wide receiver 1 is the best in the league. But nevertheless, go check it out. Subscribe to our new NFL show, House Call, like I said, if you haven't seen it. It's been a fun time.
Crayons. We move.
Multi-sport crayons. With that being said, let's cue the intro music and let's rank some shooting guards.
Crayons worldwide.
The cranium is crazy. Oh my god.
I mean, I really don't know what to say.
Crayon eaters rejoice.
Once again, you guys know how this works. Top 30 shooting guards in the league. We're going to reveal brick by brick, piece by piece, 5 groups at a time, or 1 group of 5 players at a time until we reveal the full top 30 list. We're going to start with 30 through 26. First up, we have my list. Let's get into it, man. Number 30, I have Jared McCain. At 29, I have the biggest faller of this season, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Number 28, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. 27, Brandon Podziemski. 26, Devin Vassell. Another pretty big faller of this season, I think.
Okay. Okay.
And big faller, I think, because we have Vassell like in the teens last year, coasting off of like potential. Yeah. And this year, I think a lot of that potential took a seismic halt because he dealt with some injuries and had his worst season since like his rookie year, I think.
There's no more potential.
It's still there, but it's dormant. It's dormant potential.
No, but the high end potential of what you thought he could be, that's not there anymore.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily going to project a star leap anymore at any point. Not that I ever said Vassell was going to be a star, but it was always like, hey, the NBA nerds are paying attention. Don't sleep on Devin Vassell. Now I'm like, solid role play.
Yeah, I think because of the trajectory that the Spurs were on and how bad they were over the last few years, he was empowered in places where he probably shouldn't be when it comes to what he's best at in the league. And over, I guess, next season, hopefully like his role and his demands will be diminished and he can fit into that 3-and-D role that he once like was drafted so highly for. Yeah. He's not that anymore.
He dealt with like so many lower foot injuries this year. Every 2 weeks it felt like he had a new ankle injury, and I think that really showed in his play. He got 62% of the rim this year, down from 71 the year prior, and that was what really encouraged me. Because of that, his overall efficiency is down below league average. And Nothing about his game really developed positively, I think, to make up for that. It was just less dynamic 3-level scoring. And while the defense isn't great either, the passing isn't great either, the 3-point shooting is still good, not top of the league. Overall, just, again, less reason to project with him. And I think he's falling amongst names that are other good, solid role players.
I'm not going to lie. It's super shocking to see that KCP made this list. That's very, very
Oh, you
shocking
didn't put him at all?
considering. No. He's like
I
an
don't blame
honorable mention, but I don't think he belongs to be on this list at all for this past year. Not saying like it's preposterous. I think he's more so like 35, 36 or something like that.
Damn.
I do think at this point in time, he's going to have a bounce back year. Obviously, I'm not selling him off. But last year, specifically with what he did and what he was asked to do, his job was super simple. He just wasn't able to meet the role, which is just to hit threes. And I think when I look at guys like Pods, Vassell, and even Jared McCain, who have, shockingly, I have a lot higher for what he did last year. I think he had a marvelous rookie year. He did a lot of things that surprised me that I didn't necessarily have in his bag, and I think he's levels ahead of KCP, Pods, and Vassell easily by far without a doubt.
I didn't put McCain higher because it was 23 games, and he didn't have the chance to hit the rookie wall that every rookie hits. So I didn't want to overreact, but I do respect it. I do think he's really good, and he will be that level. I tried to control myself and my hype around him because it was 23 games, 5 starts, not a lot. But for the KCP thing, I try not to overreact to 1 year whenever I think the fall off is something we can project to improve somewhat. I did put him 29 still, opposed from like last year. I think he was like fucking 15 or something. Because I do think he is worse now. I think his abilities with the ball in his hands were disgusting last year. He couldn't, the way he was attacking closeouts, making reads, he was bad offensively. Truly terrible. But I do think he will go back to shooting 39, 40% from 3 like he does every single year of his career besides this one. I don't think he forgot how to shoot overnight. So I do think that'll normalize in a situation playing off of Ja Morant where he's going to be fed higher percentage shots again off of a creator that's one of the best in the league at generating corner threes. I'm not going to overreact too much there. And I do think he had a good defensive season still. He's still good fighting over screens. He's still a plus defender. And for this list, a common theme, I care about defense so much for this list. Yeah, that carries you far. And offensively, he was not top 30 last year at all. He was fucking not top 50 at the position offensively last year, but defensively, he's still above average. And I think we talked about the way the shooting guard position is changing, especially in this range. None of these guys I want to be a focal point offensively. Besides maybe Jared McCain, who again is a slow games played.
He's an asterisk for sure.
All these guys in the bottom 10 of this list, I don't really want to run through the game through them whatsoever. So I want guys that can play off ball, be good defenders, hit open threes, do minimal stuff with the ball in their hands. Yeah. And I do still think his defense is worth being.
This is how you know like the league is like these two positions that we've done so far are so distinctly different. Last episode, I talked about how this bottom 30 tier they're like specialists in the league and they're very, very good at specific things. These guys aren't specialists at all.
The opposite.
They're probably the opposite.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I think, is the complete opposite of a specialist. He is a solid offensive player, solid defensive player. Not really exceptional at anything, but doesn't have really any bad weaknesses as an off-ball 2 guard. Like, he can fight over screens, he can do some team defense, he can attack a closeout, he can shoot a 3, none of which at the highest level in the league, but all of which solid. And I feel similarly with Pods after he had his terrible first half of the season. I think second half he normalized, and I feel like him and Nickeil Alexander-Walker are pretty similar.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess I'm different than both of you guys. So I didn't put
I'm on different shit.
Yeah. I didn't put McCain on my list just because he was a rookie and it was so little. So I was like, okay, let me just wait. So I didn't do that. I think I'm with you though, in terms of like where I put KCP, because the defense is the only reason why he's still here. They had to attach an asset to get rid of him. And I still want to give him some respect. I am a little bit nervous about the bounce back because I think it can happen. However, it's very rare that you see that happen with guards. Like a lot of times, like when it goes, it goes. And is he a LeBron Jokic merchant? Like, is it just easier to play, which it probably is, as a catch and shoot player if you're playing with LeBron, who makes all the perfect reads, and Jokic, who makes all the perfect reads and the reads that you don't even know you were able to have, So being in the correct spot, we could just be at a point in his career where offensively, if he's not playing with one of those types of creators, and we'll see, like what Memphis looks like offensively next year, if Ja Morant is able to create some stuff, maybe he can get back to something like that. But I think that, he's on the border, so I think 29 is fine. I actually have I like Pods and a lot more than you do.
Yeah.
I do think that they're a little bit low here.
Yeah, I struggled a lot with this list, and some of the guys above I don't like more. I wouldn't rather have, but I'm like trying to respect their skill set, even though I don't think it's what I would want in the position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I went again. The bottom 10 I struggle with. The bottom 15 really I struggle with immensely. So
Yeah.
I don't even disagree with you really. I think I would rather have Pods and Nikhil Alexander Walker like than a lot of these guys. Like if I had to win a championship this year, I'm damn sure picking Pods, Nikhil Alexander Walker, and probably KCP over Vassell easily.
Yeah.
But I'm also like trying to balance like my preferences versus their skills and like what we think we'll get from them next year, and trying to do the whole impartial
Wait, so
thing.
you're including next year into this ranking as well? I thought it was solely like what they did last season.
I'm trying to have a holistic view of who the player is, which is like both to me.
Oh, shooting guard got you in hell, man.
Yeah,
That's
the,
crazy.
The,
No,
the-
everything-
the
everything.
Vassell stuff
Yeah.
is the Vassell stuff is super interesting.
He's just
because-
injured. What I'm trying to say is I think he dealt with injuries that slowed him down, and I don't think that'll be the case next year.
Mhm.
So I'm not gonna write him off. Like this year was a bad Vassell year.
That's
I think
fine.
next year will be a better one. So
Yeah.
I'm not trying to reflect entirely what this last season was like, just 1-to-1. I'm trying to gauge how I view them as a player right now. So that means to me what I just saw versus what I will think like
Yeah.
both of those put together.
Okay.
So that's the only reason. Like
Yeah.
I don't think Nikhil Alexander Walker has like I think he is who he is, whereas no, because I'm not projecting it highly. I'm maybe not say it that way. But I do
He's in hell right
I know,
now. I
it's-
get it.
No,
I
it's,
get it.
That's
It's tough.
that's the nature of this list where
Yeah.
like you can talk yourself into one of these guys,
Yeah.
and then 2 minutes later be like, but do I really want that?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I'm trying to think of the right way to frame
Yeah.
it. Like, I'm not projecting Vassell will get better. I'm just projecting that he is better than what we saw in this season, which he was hampered by injuries.
Yeah, and it's fair to say, as a talent, obviously Vassell is more talented. He is like, when it comes to this list of players, outside of McCain, I guess, fucking demon when it comes to hitting contested threes, bro. He's ridiculous, and obviously, like, he has grown that tendency. He's kind of like grown into a little Kobe mode here and there, and Spurs fans feel so divisive about it because when it comes to who would you rather have the ball in your hands in a late game situation, obviously outside of De'Aaron Fox and Wemby, it's Vassell, 100%. He does a lot of off the dribble things that a lot of guys just can't do and haven't grown to develop that skill set. And Vassell has. Is it great? Not necessarily,
exactly,
but it's
and that's
there.
why I don't like that. I don't like that for that. I think that like for Vassell, a lot of it is the Spurs have been so bad over these past couple years. Like you were the guy a couple years ago that had a little bit of a potential, and we've latched onto you. We've seen some stuff that was actually tangible in terms of like you can build upon this and be a very good scorer. But as they've like progressed and reshaped the team, and now that you have De'Aaron Fox, it's like, are we gonna close with Devin Vassell on the floor when we get like our best five? Maybe. I was looking at this and it's honestly it's so hard to look at Spurs on off numbers because if any of the lineups have Wemby in it, you throw it out, right? Because like the difference between a Spurs lineup with Wemby and without is massive. And so I'm trying to look at all of these lineups and trying to look at, okay, do you fit here? Do you fit here? And it's like, if he's not out there, you all suck. Like, you know,
100%.
it's so hard to look at them and actually get a
He's not out there.
real.
You all suck.
Vassell's like a -5 on defense because he played a lot of bench units without Wemby. And those defensive units got torched without Wemby. So I agree. That's also part of why I'm like not overreacting to the Vassell thing and giving him a nod over guys I think will just won't be as good next year just because of how archaic and insane their team was last year. But again, if this is off of this past season and the guys I want on my team, Vassell would not be in the top 30. So like if it's my personal preferences, he's not there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to I can be very like rigid with the guys I want on my team. So I'm trying to be impartial, but just know if it's last year, he's not top 35 for me.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to this next one for you guys.
All right, next I got at 30 I have Quentin Grimes, 29 Cam Thomas, 28 Shaden Sharp, 27 Jaden Ivey, and 26 I got Cason Wallace. So in this range specifically, you have young players, but they haven't necessarily like put things together. The most accomplished young player obviously is Cason Wallace, who just came off of winning an NBA championship and played a very important role for OKC this year, but he was very much a part of a lot of the issues that they have within the team. But also he like defines what they are as a team when it comes to their strengths and also their weaknesses. He is not the most talented offensive scorer just yet and creator and all that, but defensively, he's one of the 10 best perimeter defenders from a guard position, bare minimum. And so I want to put him higher, but the glaring holes in his game are just so strong. And I feel like all the talent around him just mask so much. But I wanted to put him higher so much. Another name that I was shockingly, I had like so much discourse in my head and they are damn near in the same boat, is Jaden Ivey and Shaden Sharp, two hyper athletic guards who, like, when you think about them, demons when it comes to getting at the rim. 3-point shooting can be iffy. Jaden Ivey did shoot 40% last year before he went down with that injury. Shaden Sharp hasn't been prioritized. Obviously, Jaden Ivey last year, he went through hell with, or 2 years ago, he went through hell with Monty Williams, and he wasn't even starting games. He was killing. Hayes was getting minutes above him. So they both had like super up and down careers. And within that too, they still have like glaring holes in their game that could prevent them from being like real productive stars in the league. And guys like this who kind of need the ball in their hands, that kind of hinders their potential. So I have them here. And then there's Cam Thomas and Quentin Grimes, who thumbs up.
Yeah. Ivy, I forgot about. Maybe he'd be on my list, but he did.
It's hard to think about Jaden Ivey. Like I need more sample size from him just to even get like a legitimate thought about what he is or what he can be. So he wasn't on my list for that.
Sharp, I chose not to rank. I just think I'm just a little disappointed in that. And the difference in him and like the guys in the bottom tier is, like I said earlier, for the 2-guard position, if you're not going to be a lead offensive player I want to play through, I want you to be a good defender. I want you to be 3-and-D and be able to play next to the stars. And I just feel a lot better about pods, let's say, than Sharp for that.
That's
so
fair.
that's a differentiation for me. Cam Thomas, I struggle with. We talked about it off camera.
Yeah.
He is slightly higher than what I've currently revealed.
Yeah.
Spoiler, he's 25.
Yeah.
He's similar to Vassell, where I'm like, if I'm building a team, I don't really want you on my team right now, period. Like that's not how I want to play. But he has insane weaknesses that make it hard to build around him and probably make him less valuable than I think some fans might want him to be because of his bucket getting skills.
Yeah.
Atrocious defender, doesn't pass at all. Like very rigid skill set, doesn't really get to the rim at all anymore either, even though he is efficient there, doesn't do it enough. But a fantastic jump shooter. He is a bucket. He is strong. He has a deep bag at generating mid-range jumpers, can make contested shots.
The amount of elevation on all these contested shots that he gets are ridiculous.
And I'm like, that is a good skill. And like, I do think there's something in my mind that says if harnessed by a smart coach, I can get the best of him. Not to say that he doesn't play for a smart coach, he does. But like in a right scenario when the team's ready to win, I do think there's a role for him in the NBA that if they use that, the 6-man capacity maybe, or whatever it looks like in a starting lineup that makes the most sense. There's a little bit of value there. So I went 25, but it's tough to build around right now.
Yeah, like if you ask me if I'm building a championship team or just like a team from scratch, I probably would rather have Case and Wallace. Obviously, I think when it comes to 1-for-1 talent, Cam Thomas is probably more talented, however you view that word. But when it comes to just like, obviously too, these are night and day situations that they're in. So that like kind of clouds everything about their career as well. But looking at what they've done pen on paper, I like Case and Wallace a lot more simply because the 3-point shot has shown growth and development, and the he has a true superpower that when I even look at Cam Thomas, like you have a superpower, but there's at least like 15 other guys in the league that I'd rather have and who I think are better ISO scorers than you.
I'm not gonna lie, I should love Cam Thomas off the list. I put him a little higher out of like obligation to the talent.
I mean, 25 is kind of wild. I'm not gonna
Too high?
Yeah,
it's way too high.
Hardly different than 29. I mean, he's barely. I looked at him and Vassell, and I was like, if I'm putting Vassell here, I gotta put Cam Thomas here. Like it's like the same type of situation.
Yeah.
Cam Thomas shot 57% at the rim, 23rd percentile for a wing. That's what he's listed as. But he's more of a combo guard, so I don't know why he's listed there.
Yeah.
35% from 3, below league average. Coasting off the fact that he shoots a ridiculous 52% from long mid-range. He is a mid-range bucket. And like, he is legitimately like, he leads good offense. Like his on-off numbers, the team's offensive rating was 9 points better than him on the court. Probably has to do with the dreadful Nets roster outside of him. But even the advanced stats, all the RAPMs, LeBron, Raptor, all of the stuff that attempts to gauge your impact to your team, adjusting for the talent around you, adjusting for the talent you're playing against, it all views him as a positive offensive player, which is a negative defensive player. So he's like a positive 0.1, very neutral all around. I think Vassell is also very neutral. I think positive, pretty neutral at times. So I gave Cam Thomas slight credit because I do think there's a world in which he could be utilized better. But I'm not mad at putting him at. You can put him at 40 and I'd understand. Okay. Just because of the weaknesses, I get it. But yeah.
And it's so hard to work around those weaknesses too. Like with the weaknesses of, I would say, Pods and Case and Wallace, like they have skill sets that you can fizzle your way around with a good roster because Potts has abilities to, he has playmaking chops. He's obviously a positive defender, good rebounder, and he's almost a do-it-all type of player. And then Case and Wallace, the defense again is just fucking crazy. So I understand that.
Yeah. Okay.
He's definitely the hardest player to guard. I mean, to not to guard, to rank.
That's what he thinks.
He's very hard to rank because like he has one more year to coast off of the tantalizing talent and skill. Like depending on how it looks this year, if it's deployed in a more positive way, he can't have another year where he's one of the worst defensive guards in the NBA.
Yeah.
What's my 5?
You have
Yeah, because at 30, I have Cam Thomas. At 29, I have Devin Vassell. At 28, KCP. 27, Klay Thompson. 26, Jordan Poole.
Wow.
Cam Thomas and Devin Vassell, for everything that you're saying, the time is up.
Yeah.
Time is ticking, right? Like, I just don't know. Yeah, we just talked about all of them. Talked about KCP. Klay, shout out to you. Like, he's still shooting, 39, 40%, whatever. It's also kind of hit or miss at this point, like, in terms of what he's going to give you on a nightly basis. He's not as consistent as I would like for a player. Like, if all you're going to do is shoot threes, I would rather you be a little bit more consistent. Like,
I will say specifically for the Mavericks last year, there was like, obviously the Luka Doncic thing happened. And I think as soon as Luka Doncic got traded off of that team, it like nuked a lot of Klay Thompson's production. There was so many times, so many possessions. I'm only saying this because last night I was doing hella research and I saw a slew of clips where they were just not simply feeding Klay on a lot of the easy looks, all the easy kickouts that he's used to getting. So I think that's a part.
He got left out to die on a team that he started to play to catch Luka Doncic passes. Yeah. Now he's catching Max Christie passes.
Najee Marshall passes.
I understand that, but also how many, even in like if you're talking about, okay, we're going to move you around the league, how many situations around the league are you going to have situations where you're playing with a passer like Luka, right?
Very little.
It's so if I'm putting you other places, and this is the one thing that you are providing, obviously, like your spacing and your shooting, to the day Klay Thompson retires, you are going to treat him like he's one of, the best shooters. And as you should, because he shooting wise is still like that. But if you don't have one of the most talented playmakers around him, I do struggle to see like how much are we going to play you? How much are we going to
similar to KCP? I can understand.
Yeah, and at least in like a third of the games, he's shooting under 30%, right? So again, it is very either Klay's on or Klay's going over 10 in a closeout game, and so it's like it feels bad there, but he's also aging, so that's why he's kind of towards the bottom of my list. And then for Poole, shout out to Poole, like he really did resurrect a lot of what people thought about him, and because the way he was playing 2 years ago, money laundering, right? Like it was bad, but he was actually a very respectable NBA player. I do just think that like he's still not an amazing defender to to put in like that. And then offensively, in terms of like rim scoring, shooting the three, it's getting back to like Golden State, days where it was kind of solid. The floater game isn't as great as it was back then, so I don't think that his offensive package is as good as it once was. And then clearly, he's not going to be the guy that's driving offense on a top team. So at this point in his career, what does it look like when you are not leading the team in field goal attempts? I'm a little, not that I don't think that he can do it, but I am a little bit nervous about like, if we did put you back in a winning situation, are you able to scale down? And I'm not 100% sure, but he is good and he is talented.
Yeah.
I like Jordan Poole a lot. I ranked him higher. Obviously, he's not on this list yet. Yeah. He's on my list, so he's higher. I have a lot of confidence in him to do like what Austin Reeves is doing right now, where he's a higher option playing off of a LeBron or even a Luka now combined. Playing off, he's a third star, but he's an offensive-oriented star. I think Jordan Poole can do a lot of the similar archetype of player where he is a focal point of your offense, but he's not the focal point. Yeah. So his defense matters. He can't be a 0, but he doesn't have to be like a lockdown defender because his offense is like heavily impactful. I think if he played off of Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner, he would eat. Like he needs to be in that type of role, playing off of a big forward or a big man. I like him a lot. I like his rare ability to be an off the dribble shooter and slasher. Like I know the mid range jumper in the floater game you mentioned was down a little bit this year. I love watching him use his shooting gravity to become a slasher and use those long strides to get to the rim. I want to see him in a better situation really bad.
Yeah, if you believe that, cool. I have no problem with you moving up. That's just a major question for me. So that's why he's down. That's but fair. I really, really do respect the way that he came back this year and was actually able to perform and be like, no, you still have all the talent that we thought when
he saved his NBA career last year.
Yeah,
definitely.
Or at least like when it comes to legitimacy of how seriously
100%.
I really wish I would have put Cam Thomas and Vassell low too. That's originally what I had, but I just like well, okay. This is
Cam Thomas has to be when you start ranking like
I would never put him on I would never employ him if I was an NFL NBA GM.
Yeah, but like when you start talking about like who's just having the most fun, Cam Thomas has to be at the top of the list because it's either like it's like the 15th best player in the league where like you're getting max money and like your team is decent, whatever. You get to live in Brooklyn. You get to make this money. You get to take 18 to 20 shots a night. Like you're having a good time.
Yeah.
He would never play for my team. We're going to take a quick break from the show to tell you guys about our presenting sponsor for this episode, us. House Call is a sponsor of this episode. Our new second podcast, our NFL show. You guys probably saw it at the top of this episode. We introduced it to you guys. I've been teasing it for weeks. We're here, man. A new era, a new chapter of TD3 content with a new sport. We're talking about the NFL. We're getting our takes off. Probably being casuals to begin with. Not going to lie. Our NBA, our basketball knowledge is a lot better than our football knowledge. But y'all can come grow with us as the content grows. We'll get smarter. We'll get more knowledgeable. Everything will be great. We'll have the same format you know and love on the basketball show. The same three of us. The same humor. The same topics. Same everything. All the ridiculous hijinks you see on the show. You'll see it on the football show. Top link in the description. Pinned comment. You can go check it out. Subscribe today. Episode 1 will already be out by the time you guys are watching this. Should be a good one. Tap in.
Okay.
At 25, I have Quentin Grimes. 24, I have Pods. 23, I have Dyson Daniel. 22, I have Dante. And at 21, I have Nah.
Okay.
23 Dyson Daniels.
Am I a Dyson Daniels glazer or are you a hater? This might be the biggest range difference I've ever seen from something I rank and you rank. I have him unbelievably higher than 23.
23. Why is Dyson Daniels at 23?
Listen,
over DiVincenzo and Nah? Now this is the worst ranking so far.
I may be hating.
You probably are.
I may be
Okay.
hating.
Okay.
Okay, I said
Self-awareness.
earlier,
I love it.
I think defense is massively important to me because these are all off-ball guards besides the top 5. I'm going to play through you. And this is one of the best defenders on the list. This is probably the best defender on the list.
And listen, I do understand that. I will say I'm a little jaded because I have seen the two guys ahead of him be competent in playoff scenarios. Again, not all the time, but I have seen that from them, and I just haven't seen that from Dyson, and it did kind of get overlooked. And I will say I am inconsistent because once we get to the top of the list, once we get to the top of the list and higher, I will be using that logic for somebody else
Oh my
that
gosh.
I just like.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
I don't know. I do like the other two guys. A little bit.
DiVincenzo, when it comes to inconsistent, DiVincenzo is was the definition of that for the Minnesota Timberwolves. When the trade initially happened, you guys remember a majority of the reason why I liked the trade is because I saw DiVincenzo's a fucking flamethrower. You know it the best because of what he did with the New York Knicks, taking 8-9 bombs a game and smacking 41% of them 2 years ago. Coming to this season, he was super inconsistent throughout the first, 30 or 20 games, and then he got hurt. It was just genuinely a shit show. Mississippi games came back and he regressed to the mean. It was so much better. And in the playoffs, again, it was wildly inconsistent. I love DiVincenzo still, but he doesn't feel like he's warranted to specifically be above someone like Dyson Daniels. I would say that's where I'm all right, we may be doing a little bit too much.
Yeah, Dyson Daniels is just one of the best defensive guards in the NBA.
That's fair. That's fair.
To me, especially for the value of this position, this is putting one of the best offensive guards in the NBA super low to me. I'm Dyson is clear cut several tiers higher.
Yeah.
But sometimes it happens. Sometimes you lose a guy in the course of ranking, and sometimes you're like, what the fuck am I doing?
It's whatever. It's whatever.
Okay, so at 25, got Christian Braun.
Whoa.
24 Pods. 23, Jalen Green.
Oh, listen,
22, Dante DiVincenzo. So I liked where you placed him. And 21, LeVert.
I did not consider Karis LeVert on my list.
Yeah.
Karis LeVert did not have mental space in my brain whatsoever.
Damn, what the fuck? You don't appreciate.
It's been so long since I've thought about Karis LeVert.
I'm sure it's fine. I mean, these guys are all role players, so to each their own. I didn't consider him, so I don't even have a thought to you on whether or not it's deserved because I put zero mental effort into thinking about Karis LeVert in these past 2 days.
So in this range right here, outside of everyone except for someone like Jalen Green, these are guys who have an idealized role and damn near perfectly carved out what they are and should be in the league. So
Besides
Karis
Jalen Green?
Yeah, besides Jalen Green. Karis LeVert, he's 6'7", 6'8", great ball handler. He's a ISO bad guy and can ball handler. ISO bad guy, and I hate you. And he can.
That's not what I was getting at.
Okay. And he can. Oh, I see what you're talking about. And yeah, he's just like he can play pseudo point guard role. And of course, like we saw the team like the Cleveland Cavaliers move off of him because they didn't fucking need him anymore because Ty Jerome was fucking going crazy. Dante DiVincenzo, also a form of a specialist, and Pods and Braun as well are in the similar category of just like you got an all-time great around you and you know how to play your role really fucking hard.
Yeah, I think I have Jalen Green this thing too, so I'll reveal mine and we can talk about him.
All right.
25 of Cam Thomas. 24 of Klay Thompson.
You hate that so much, and I'm happy you're
I
mentioning.
don't hate that much, but 24 I have Klay Thompson. 23 I have Malik Beasley. 22 Cason Wallace. 21 Josh Hart.
I will say I did not put Malik Beasley a part on my list because there are impending allegations.
Oh, so now we don't support degeneracy. Now we're against it.
Not me.
So
Kaysen at 22.
yeah, I think he's one of the best defenders in the list. I think he's a guy that I think if you put him on another team where he was able to play full starter minutes, he would easily prove to be a top-end role player, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, the offensive inconsistencies. I don't know if I should say offensive inconsistencies because he's just not a...
He's not prioritized either.
He's not a important offensive player.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's points in the playoffs where his three-point shot, especially in the finals, he had a disastrous few games there. Sucks. I'm not going to judge him as lowest. Overall, in the regular season, he's fine there. He's an ancillary piece. He's good at running in transition, can drive a little bit. Small player, always will be a corner sitter for the most part offensively. Defensively, he's just a menace. Fantastic point of attack defender, ridiculous defensive playmaker. His hands are insane. Top line steal rate. Everything we talked about before, I've been glazing him forever. I would easily rather have him than some of the guys below that just have better offensive games, but don't have a strength anywhere close to his ability as an on-ball defender.
Yeah. Okay.
Josh Hart, I put him lower. I'm just sick of watching him miss threes. And B, I saw someone call him the first no 3, no D player. And like,
no 3, no D.
and sometimes when he's on his bad games, it feels that way. He has a dramatic difference between his ups and downs. When he's facing a defensive infrastructure that allows him to use his passing, push and transition, be a short roll playmaker at times, do a small stuff. And when the three's falling, there's flashes of brilliance. You're like, damn, Josh Hart is like giving me all-star value tonight. His transition push is insane. This is ridiculously impactful to this team. Then you get to some playoff environments where it's like, damn, none of that's happening, and he's being no 3, no D right now.
No 3, no D.
So,
Is the D part like exasperated? Is that real, or are they just joking?
No, he's not a great defender. He's kind of a tweener. He's not great fighting over screens. He's not big enough to provide any type of like impactful rotations down low. He's fine. He's not a terrible defender, but it's not a strength to make up for the lack of offensive skills at some times.
And he gets caught ball watching a lot.
Yeah. Mr. Backdoor cut.
A lot.
So again, he's very high highs, very low lows. So I think it's about the range for an inconsistent player that, like, honestly, I'd rather have Cason Wallace than him, I think. But I gave Josh Hart the nod just because the highs are high enough that sometimes we see him really like help them win games in a very substantial factor. And I do think Cason Wallace can do that. We just haven't seen him do it yet. So I'm trying not to glaze too much.
Yeah, that's fair.
But 2 years in a row of sub 34% from three, I'm kind of sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're sick of it.
I mean, sometimes. Sometimes I won't lie. Okay, but Malik Beasley, I think I have. Actually, no, I know I have Beasley just a little bit higher, just because I do think like the shooting last year was crazy.
It was.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Now, are we going to see that next year for multiple reasons? I have no idea. but if he is able to be on a basketball court and actually knock down some shots, what he was able to provide for Detroit last year was so monumental and giving them like legitimate shooting. I had him a little bit higher. Again, pending a lot, but like
Talking about contract year, this is the contract year for many reasons. So you got the best of Malik Beasley for sure.
Yeah.
Don't know if it'll happen again. So yeah, but I'm not mad at that. Some of the guys above him have more defensive impact, but his offensive impact was very important. So I'm not mad at it.
I'm starting to see this shift in your list when it comes to the defensive value. That's just unexplainable. I like how you coupled up Klay and also Malik Beasley. They belong
two shooters.
Yeah, exactly. They all belong together. I would have genuinely put Beasley. I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't put too much thought on where Beasley should go. It just felt right. Like there, I didn't quite put as much thought to him as everybody else. So you could sell me on him being deserving. Based on last season, he deserves a little bit higher. But I think I just used a little like multi-year sample size with other guys where I'm like, I know who you are a little more than I know who Malik Beasley is, who has obviously been rather inconsistent in smaller roles over the course of his career until last year where he really exploded next to Cade. So maybe I just held that against him that I'm like, was this a flash in the pan?
Yeah. All right. Can I want to glaze real quick. Shout out to Quentin Grimes. I like Quentin Grimes a lot.
Oh my god!
And
I
his
forgot you
slashing
put
num-
him at 25.
His slashing numbers are crazy.
I am so happy because the first couple years, and especially when he was leaving New York, Tibbs was just not playing him, and he just was not getting the opportunity. And so you saw like that. There was like an 18-month stretch where like his three wasn't falling, and then he went to Detroit and played like a very limited amount of games, was shooting like 19%. It was ugly, and obviously he's not going to be in a situation again where you're saying like, can you take 18 shots a night? Can you score 30? Whatever.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was able to be in a situation like that, show everybody I can still shoot and I can still score at an above average NBA level. I do think that he's shown with his talent that whenever a competent team is around him, he can be a legitimate like rotational player, and he can scale back down. You've seen him be like a plus defender as well. So whether he's shifting back and forth between, all right, we need you to score like, I don't know, 10 or 12 points and just be like a good role player or be a good defender. I'm actually very, very entrenched in the idea that he can do that. So I like Quentin Grimes
That's
a lot.
fair.
The defensive end is why I'm a little cautious.
Mhm.
I don't feel like he's a great defender. I know he's had the label at times, and I think a lot of times we give guys the label of like, oh, he's solid on defense because they're not doing a lot on offense because he didn't have opportunity, like you said, under Tibbs. I didn't feel like in the past couple of years that he was a great defender, and that's kind of holding me back. Is that one is like, what are we going to get offensively? Like, is he going to have the opportunity to do what he did in the back half of last year, like you said? I don't know, and I don't feel great about the defensive potential necessarily. I definitely don't feel great about him doing both at once. That's my kind of concern. Is that
That's
like,
fair.
are we going to see him channel both sides of the ball? I don't know, because I think the second half of last year when he really put his name on the scene was like the polar opposite. He was just bucket getting because nobody was there because the whole team was injured. So like,
and listen, sometimes you just gotta pop out and let them know, right? You just got to do that. And so I do think that for him, knowing that you're on a team that is going absolutely nowhere, the best way to get your name like recognized and remind people that you can still do this, you just have to go out there and drop 40. And he did it. And so I again, if you get him in another winning situation, now is that gonna happen this year? I have no idea, right? Because I do have an idea. The Sixers are not gonna be that. So maybe he does come out and the defense is still bad, but he's out here scoring 16, 17. But the talent is clearly still there. So if somebody wants to go make a move and he gets traded again and gets to another team, maybe you might be able to see that. And I feel decent about that.
okay. Let's move on to the top 20. The bottom 10 of this shooting guards list was quite dreadful. Let's get to the more interesting parts. Top 20. Mo, who do you have from 20 through 16?
So at 20, I have Devin Vassell, 19, Klay Thompson, 18, Jared McCain, 17, Malik Monk, and 16, CJ McCollum.
Every list you do this, where you shit on me for putting a guy too high, then you have them higher than me. And you have him substantially higher than me, and you're like,
I'm a guy at content. So when it comes to Devin Vassell, something that I was like holding out a part of that conversation too was he did look like a different player
hammers.
alongside De'Aaron Fox. We haven't mentioned him just yet. And I think as the second that De'Aaron Fox was there, he was deployed much differently. He shot like 40% from the 3-point line for the rest of, obviously, a little bit skewed because De'Aaron Fox wasn't there for the rest of the year, but he did shoot much more efficiently, and the role was like there now that he wasn't asked to be the more dominant one of the main ball handlers. That was what's his name? That was whose number is that?
Donovan.
You know exactly what it was.
I was gonna say and expose you, but I won't. He just harassed me. But I will say that Vassell just feels the second that he's put in the right situation and he has his job, his label, he's able to thrive. And I saw that towards the end of the year, which helped me be like, okay, like he's good. The version and form of him coming out of FSU is still there, and I think he can match that potential.
Okay. Jeremy came very high. I get it. You're taking those 23 games as gospel, putting him high.
Hell yeah.
I think I struggle with CJ McCollum. At first, my instinct was to do something similar to you, but then I had to remind myself the Pelicans were a fucking tire fire. The Pelicans were a disaster. CJ McCollum is still good. He is a legitimately impactful offensive player that can play next to other people, play next to stars. He's not a dreadful defender. He's a better defender than Malik Monk. So, I mean, you have him higher than Malik Monk, so I'm not necessarily making that comparison. But
Yeah.
I think he's substantially better defender than Malik Monk. Not to say he's great, but I think Malik Monk is like a negative there.
Yeah.
And I think CJ McCollum really can thrive next to star ball handlers. We're going to see him this year in the opposite fucking environment because it's going to be on the Wizards, so it's going to be a weird year. But I had to stop myself from holding the situation and lack of motion against CJ.
Everybody is also hating on CJ because everybody hates the CBA now.
Yeah.
For good
And so
reason.
it's like he can still play.
He's still
Yeah.
good. He's still
Yeah.
like a very good, like as far as role players go, he's a very good offensive player that like,
Yeah.
I think if you put him in Chris Middleton's shoes for those title runs, like he could still do something similar like that, where he's
Offensively,
a like
absolutely.
he's a role player whose role is getting buckets off of stars who need that deficiency, and he can do it at
Yeah.
a high level.
And this range right here is 18 onward. I guess you could say 19 in some situations too, where it's like you have the high end offensive role players and guys who will get like at times start like looks and opportunities.
Mhm.
And I very much think, obviously, I'm high as fuck on Jared McCain, that the type of buckets he can get won't like transcend an offense, but it'll make so much people's lives easier, considering all the off-ball stuff that he does. How, like, shockingly in my mind, creative he was a ball handler too,
Yep.
and how he would get to his spots and attack the paint. It moves me, and I'm just so high on him. I genuinely think
Yeah.
he's gonna be like one of the 2 guards going into next year.
Yeah, I agree. The only reason the main thing with the 23 games not being enough thing is I don't know how good of a defender he is yet. I just like genuinely don't have a feel for it. Like he
Yeah.
is a smaller guard as a rookie. I didn't get a good feel for it in those 23 games. I need more sample size. So that's the main thing making me like, I want to hesitate before I'm like, he's going to be this great or this great. But I'm with you offensively. I am moved.
Yeah, exactly. Even if he's like a defender, I still think because of what he can do offensively on the ball and also like off the ball too.
Yeah.
moves
Malik Monk
so
is a good
much.
comparison. He could be Malik Monk pretty easily. I can see that.
At 20, I have Bradley Beal.
Damn.
19, I have Josh Hart.
Ooh.
18, I have Casey Wallace. 17, Malik Beasley. And at 16, Jalen Green.
Bradley Beal is the hardest player to rank ever right now.
I had so I went back and I was looking at the list from last year, and I had Bradley Beal at 17. I think I was the lowest out of all of us. And I don't feel better about Bradley Beal this year.
I feel worse for sure.
And it's like he just so like the buyout happened. He signed with the Clippers 2 years, $11 million. Good for them. Like you replaced Norman Powell for Bradley Beal. Awesome. Doesn't move me a lot. Like I still think that like
I'm glad you said that. I'll reveal mine real quick. You can keep talking
all
about
right,
it.
go ahead.
Mhm.
Oh, actually, no. Fuck, it's the next tier. Okay, spoiler alert. I have Norman Powell and Bradley Beal right next to each other at the start of the next tier. I think they're
Same.
exactly the same. So to your point, it doesn't move me either.
Yeah, it doesn't move. Okay, so when I made the list, the contract stuff was still there, and so I was like, I just don't want to deal with Bradley Beal anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just over it, and so it was like it really was moving him down a little bit because of that. But also, he doesn't play a lot either. Like
Yeah.
he you still have injury concerns,
Yeah.
which is apparently all the Clippers want at this point. Is just like, hey, can you give us 50 games instead of 82, and like we'll pay you for 84 games? It's
That's
like,
crazy.
it's weird. So yeah, that's why I have him there. But
Okay. Yeah, Bradley Beal last year was a fucking disaster. So he deserves number 20. I have him, I'll just say it, I have him at 15 just because I think he'll be better for the Clippers. And I do think I also did. We made this list before the news broke this morning, so I just assumed he wouldn't be on the Suns anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he's gonna be better outside of Phoenix. He is a dreadful defender these days, and I think a big part of it is him doing a fit because the chemistry was non-existent last year. Obviously, they didn't want him. He probably didn't want to be there. I can only hope and assume that Ty Lue will get somewhat better defensive effort out of him. So that I think will be a big difference. And I don't think he's physically washed. He does get hurt a lot, so that's holding him back to some degree, but he's not that old. I don't think he's like lost all of his step and can't do what he used to do anymore. That Phoenix situation was just like unfathomably bad for him and everybody else, but also him. I do still think he can be a good slasher. His rim volume went down like 9% this year, which I don't love. I'm keeping my eye on that, but I think that's a big part of the team environment there and not necessarily having the same opportunity. Because 2 years ago, he was shot, maybe I'll pull it up right now, but substantially better at the rim. And I do still think he has some talent as a slasher.
Yeah.
He shot well from three both the last 2 years. I think he'll be a pretty good fit with James Harden. So, like, I anticipate we'll see not star Bradley Beal again. Like, he's never making another All-Star game. I'm not going to put him top 10 ever again. But I do think that, like, you have Jalen Green at 16. I do think he'll be better than Jalen Green next year or around as good.
I'm just over it. I just know that if Beal is on my team, I don't think I'm making a deep playoff run.
Oh, yeah, I
What?
agree. But I agree.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think unless you put him on like the Oklahoma City Thunder,
Yeah.
where like everybody else is like one of the best defenders in the league, and you just have one of the greatest defenses of all time. It's not going to happen.
He shot
right?
39% from three, 43% the year before. 49% on mid-range shots and 74% at the rim.
He's still wildly efficient.
He is a good 3-level scorer still. It needs
Yeah.
to be harnessed better, and I think James Harden is a perfect offensive partner for him. It's just he has to defend better, and that is a
Yeah.
huge question mark. His effort level was truly, truly dreadful this last year. I wouldn't want him on my team at all right now, based off of like who he is as a person and like the inner team dynamics there.
Mhm.
But his abilities are still harnessable, and I do believe in Ty Lue gets most of him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could be very similar to Norm Powell with just a little bit more juice,
And
especially in the playoffs.
That's fine. Like he can go and be efficient at all 3 levels, and then go yell at his AAU team and be like, "You gotta guard me."
Yeah.
Fine. Like they can't guard you. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody else in the league is gonna be just fine. Like nobody, you're not at this point. You are not striking fear into a lot of people's hearts. I don't want them.
Well, I disagree on that in the right environment, you know. But it's just like, can you guard anybody else? Are you going to be
striking fear. Nah, it's fine.
No, I mean, I think off of James Harden, I think that'll be a good offensive duo. Like again, striking fear is very different when you're making 9 mil versus 50 mil. The way we're going to talk about you is very different.
Yeah.
He'll be a value scoring ad as an offensive player. I think like for that price, he is well worth the dollar.
20?
Is that what you're
Making
making?
No. I'm asking like 20 a game.
Oh well,
No, I'm not.
It
depends
buying him
if-
on 20
It depends if
game.
Kawhi's there or not. If
Yeah.
Kawhi misses time, he will get that, but
If Kawhi misses
Yeah,
time,
so-
assume Kawhi plays 50 games. Whatever.
he'll probably average 18 and a half or 19, something close to that, because there'll be games with Kawhi where he's third option. I don't know exactly, but
Basically, whatever Norman Powell hit, I think he'll be able to do the same thing.
yeah, I think he's very similar. I think he's a little more juice, but
Yeah,
defensively, we will see. This tier I have Dante DiVincenzo 20, Jalen Green 19. I had to fight a lot of biases to put him this high, but I did it. I gave him some credit. I did not want to, because I do not want him on my team either. Honestly, half this list I don't fucking want on my team. That's the hard part. Jordan Poole 18, Christian Brown 17, and Malik Monk 16.
Okay.
Shout out Christian Brown. I think Christian Brown is very good. He's not an amazing defender, but he has some very high level defensive skills.
Yeah.
I think he's a good point of attack defender defending drives. I think we saw that in the playoffs against Shea. He has a strong body and is very good at the point of attack of not allowing penetration. Not the best at fighting over screens, but as an isolation defender, I think he has legit skill, legit athleticism that gives him skills there. Fantastic running transition, one of the best transition threats in the NBA.
Demon.
And had a good shooting year. And is he a Jokic merchant? Absolutely. But he is still playing with Nikola Jokic and will be for a long time. So he's gonna be given credits.
Everybody's a Jokic merchant.
Exactly. And he does a good job at it. So I applaud him for being in a role that fits him. I think he's a very good player. Malik Monk, I'm giving him a pass for last year because the Kings were a tire fire. I think he is a very talented offensive player. He's higher than Jordan Poole and Jalen Green because I think he's a legitimately above average passer.
Most definitely.
That's very impactful to me. He shouldn't be the fucking starting point guard of the team. They shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Him and Zach LaVine, it's an insane team construction. Nothing makes sense about the Kings right now. But I do think he's better offensively than those guys. It's just defensively, you can't put him much higher because he's not particularly good there.
Yeah.
And Jalen Green's at 19. Pretty much because we saw him buy into being a part of a good defensive team, which requires you to defend, like put in the effort.
Mhm.
And he did do that. So I'm not going to hold that against him. I shouldn't say hold it against him. I'm going to give him credit there. He
Yes.
was a solid defender last year. It was his best defensive season, I think. And he had stretches where the offense clicks. It's just obviously the most inconsistent offensive player in the league, has made very little developments there. And the disappointing part to me is the first half of the season, he made big strides as a slasher. He was shooting like 74% of the rim for most of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Second half of the year, it was dreadful. He down to where he was for the rest of his career as a rim finisher this year. That's not great. And obviously, he's just an insanely streaky shooter. But I do think it's encouraging that as a scorer, an inconsistent scorer at best, you can buy into being a member of a good defense and trying there. That I gave him a little bit of a nod, but it was obligation.
Yeah, I understand that. I don't know if I can put him. I don't know if I could put Christian Braun above him.
Oh, I can easily put Christian Brown above him. I don't even lose any sleep
But
over that.
they're so wildly different because of
Yeah.
the roles and who they're playing with and all that. I think Jalen Green's probably like more talented, but I don't know what
jumps
that
higher.
means. If in the playoffs, like you get immediately iced out no matter what.
But like, okay, I agree with you, and I do think that for a lot of these shooting guards,
I'd rather have Braun on my team though too.
for a lot of the two guards, like they are kind of the definition of it. Where like, yeah, you go out and you get buckets, and that's awesome. If I put Jalen Green and Christian Braun in a gym and just roll out a ball, obviously like Jalen Green's gonna win. He's also miscast. He should not be the number one offensive option on your team, and it's
What
But
should,
what
he,
should
be?
he be?
What should he be?
Coming
I
off the
don't-
bench as a 6 man,
I don't-
I think that's what it is.
maybe that, but clearly he should not be that. And so I do want to give him, like you said, I do want to give him credit for buying it, because that at least shows me like you can be a part of a winning situation. I don't know where we have to put you or what the rest of the team has to look like, but you can do that. And I did want to give him credit because he did, score pretty well. I
Kind of.
16 feels fine, because it's like, you know what? You're right there in the middle, and that's okay for me.
Yeah, again, I am putting him higher than I truly believe because I'm trying to be impartial, but I don't know what his right role is. You mentioned he shouldn't be the number one option. I don't know what he should be. He damn sure shouldn't be the backcourt duo with Devin Booker. So, like, he's not entering a better situation. He's also entering a weird one that doesn't make sense. Like,
He's gonna have to be the third option. Right, like I don't. If he's your second guy and you're still giving him that much leeway and that much power, then obviously you're gonna get the streakiness and it's gonna kill you. But if your third guy
think of all the teams in the
guy,
NBA and like see how well he would fit as a third guy. I don't even like that scenario at all either. At all.
I don't know what I like, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, think of him. All the top teams last year, the Minnesota Timberwolves, you don't fucking like that. The Warriors, you don't like that. The Nuggets, you still don't like that. Like there's when it comes to
I
just like
disagree. I actually disagree.
But which part?
About Minnesota.
You like him in Minnesota?
No,
I think
With Ant?
nah.
Or
I think
Ant's role?
not as like a like third option, but being on that team, and because I do think like they could have used somebody like him. I wouldn't have hated that.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about strictly like third option on a team. That's the parameters for this conversation. He doesn't fit on any team imaginable that you can think of with a prominent role.
He's honestly, I put him way too high. He's an average at best defender.
Yeah.
He is a below average efficiency scorer. He is a below average passer or average at best passer for the position. There is no identifiable strength here. Never has been. Every single year of his career, below average from three. Every single year of his career, below average from mid-range. Every single year of his career, average at best from the rim. 52nd percentile at the rim this year. Perfectly average.
See that?
There is no strength here. I don't know why I put him at 19. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm pissed at myself. I'm actively mad at myself. I'm gonna look in the mirror and I'm gonna scream.
Do it.
Oh my god.
There's no mirror
right
in front
now,
of me.
right now.
Go find me a mirror.
In the restroom back there.
Like,
Okay.
I don't know the right team for Jalen Green. I don't know the right situation for Jalen Green. He's given me nothing to work with. Even other flawed guys like Jordan Poole, I'm like, okay, you're a skilled off the dribble shooter and you can build off of that, using that and slashing off of the attention your jump shot brings. You can fit with a forward that can be a passing hub or a big man that can be a passing hub like a Sabonis or whatever. I can imagine a role for you. I've seen a role for you on a great team before. Jalen Green, I can't tell you what the right
Where
role
are
is.
the advantages? That's why you can't tell that at all. Like any given time on the basketball court, in your list specifically, you can see for Monk, Braun, Poole, and Dante DiVincenzo, you know what they're going to be one of the best at on the basketball court. You know, like Dante, Monk, Braun, or Monk, Poole, you guys have fucking burners, and any given night, you could be the best shooter on the basketball court. You're not saying that about someone like Jalen Green at all. You're not walking into confidence, at least, saying that.
I'm looking through Clean the Glass and I can't find above average strength. I finally found one stat that's in red, meaning it's an upper percentile of the league.
Oh, shit.
His defensive foul percentage is very low. He does not foul a lot. Only on 1.8% of plays he fouls. That is his highest percentile stat on Clean the Glass. 96th percentile on not committing fouls.
That's really
Probably
good.
because he doesn't play that much
No.
defense.
Yeah.
Try that hard.
I was just about to say, for a player who is not known like you're one of the best defenders in the league, that's like easily the most useless stat ever. Easily. Yep. That's so funny.
His free throw rate is solid this year, so he gets the line a little bit. That's really holding him up because that makes his league average, his efficiency closer to league average because from the field he's dreadful. So there's that, but I haven't been seeing any strength to really go off of.
You guys put him way too high. I got belts.
Put him down 26. My bad, y'all. I failed you. It was inconsistent.
Okay.
Next tier. 15, I have Norman Powell. 14, Bradley Beal. 13, Lou Gentz Dort. 12, Andrew Nembhard. 11, CJ McCollum.
Okay, you're a lot higher on CJ McCollum. I like that. I respect
Not
that.
bad. Not
I
bad.
respect that.
Pelicans
so
tax,
much.
I think he is still good. He's just, the Pelicans were, it's hard to, people have kind of tuned out the Pelicans last year when Zion was gone for so long. That team was bullshit last year. And it is probably still bullshit, especially when DeJounte Murray comes back and makes this like weird guard muddled up situation they have. I think he's going to the Wizards, so I don't know how the public is going to gauge him, but I do think he'll be a more effective player this year, whatever that means, because it'll be like empty stats because the team sucks or whatever. But I do still think CJ McCollum is about as good as he ever was.
Yeah, I can't hate. I can't hate because I was honestly surprised when it, like going back and looking at the numbers, and I was like, CJ McCollum is a lot more efficient than what I remember
Yeah.
this season being. And I've never had like the biggest questions about CJ have always been like when he was young with Dame, like can both of you guys step up and play at this like crazy level, all-time level to get you guys to the finals? And like that wasn't necessarily the role that they should have had another guy, shouldn't have been on both of them. But the way that he's been able to be really whatever New Orleans needed him to be offensively.
He played point guard for them at times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not a point guard at all.
Yeah. So I do really respect that. And so I'm with you. Like the Pelicans taxes, it's real.
Yeah, the versatility is the thing. He can be the lead guard for you if he needs to.
Mhm.
He can play off ball really well. At some point, the Wizards are going to flip him this year because they need to tank. They need to have a top 8 pick that's protected, or else it goes to the Knicks. So he will be traded. Hopefully, a trade to somewhere good that can use him because he can still contribute to winning pretty well.
I will say, the reason why I had him, I think I put him at 16.
Did you spill
or
water
something
on
like that.
yourself?
How'd you know that? Yeah, I did.
Because I looked over and I just saw droplets.
Damn, I did. Get off my dick, man. My dick, bro. Damn. But the reason why I had CJ McCollum a tier lower, I had him at 16.
Just dribble. Just can't drink.
Hey, get back on his dick. Give it to him more.
Just relax.
It's like I
Just grown
have
man.
such a disgusting taste in my mouth from seeing. Anyways, from seeing what he did in the playoffs last year, like ranking him, I put in this year and last year because, of course, this year was so
against
insane.
OKC?
Yeah, and
He was set up
so
to die.
fucking bad.
He
bro.
was sent
I
to die.
understand that. And, like, guys went out mid series. I remember like Brandon Ingram and him going out.
And
too,
Zion
but-
didn't play.
Yeah, and Zion didn't play. But I'm like, bro, like you're supposed to be the vet. I'm over here fighting for my life. If I'm like someone like Jose Alvarado, bro, I'm relying on you to get buckets. And
I'm
you're
glad you
over
said
here.
this. I'm glad you brought this up. You
Yeah.
saying this is not like unfair. Oh, no.
It's not.
No. I think it's unfair, but it's not unsurprising and it's not unreasonable. It's
Yeah.
perfectly reasonable. That's exactly why I ranked him high because everybody is holding on to stuff like that, blaming him for not being able to win with Jose Alvarado and Jonas Valanciunas against the 1 seed in the West. Of course, he got clamped.
Yes,
Are you
you're
kidding me?
absolutely right.
Like,
You're absolutely right. But
he's misrepresented by the disaster he's been in since joining the Pelicans.
and I will say, when it comes to the upper echelon on my list, if I have to like specifically craft a team around you and you have to be alongside all these defenders, that's why I didn't put him alongside these guys because Dort, Nembhard, those two guys specifically that you have on your tier, I would rather have those guys on my team because it's like, I don't have to have, it don't matter. I don't have to have any type of offensive infrastructure because you're going to play and I'm going to leave the game feeling good about you regardless. When McCollum, if he's not hitting, what else are we talking about when it comes to this game or the impact, you know?
Sure, I don't think he's a disaster defensively though, to where like a lot of players, if your shot's not falling, what are you doing? Like I think he's fine enough defensively that he's not like a complete sink or swim guy.
Yeah,
But
I
I see your
agree.
point. I probably would switch him and Dort. Now I'm thinking about it.
It's not that nasty
Yeah, yeah.
because this is specifically off of what I've seen over the last few years, and he as a role player has been in one of the worst positions. So this is gauging off of last year. Next year, I think he very well could be an 11 or hell, maybe even 10. Who knows?
Trade him for Anthony Simons. Get him on the Celtics. I think you put him next to Derek White in that backcourt off of Jaylen Brown and Tatum. I think he would look fantastic.
That's good work.
Calling it now. That's what's going to happen. Brad Stevens sees the vision. He's going to get CJ McCollum. Probably not because he's getting kind of old. But
Yeah. But even then, like any team that needs a level of shooting, like if the Orlando Magic didn't make that gargantuan trade for Desmond Bane, then I would want them to have someone like CJ McCollum coming off the bench. Or
I think he's
even
very
starting.
similar to Desmond Bane as a player. Desmond Bane's a little bit better of a defender. He's
Yeah.
like slightly above average, whereas McCollum, I think, is average to maybe slightly below at times, depending on the ecosystem. But yeah, that's a good comparison. I think he can do a lot of what Desmond Bane can do.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm okay with you putting him at 11. That's the only reason why I was a little bit low on him.
And Nembhard, I'm definitely giving the boost for what he's done in the playoffs and what I know he'll do next year with Tyrese Halliburton gone and him walking into more usage. He's going to eat, and I'm just getting ahead of it.
I don't know. Is he really gonna?
I think he is.
For
I
usage,
think
just because of
higher too,
usage.
but yeah.
He's going to have to. Like he's somebody that has to dribble the ball,
Yeah.
and it's going to be him. His stats will be better. And also, like he's just had a weird shooting experience the last couple of years where every time the playoffs come around, he just locks the fuck in and
Yes.
becomes a 40% shooter.
Yes.
But for long stretches of every regular season, he tanks his percentages by being a complete brick. Weird behavior.
Lowers the expectations.
Exactly.
And then overperforms.
But it's kind of
Strange.
nasty lowering your expectations to the point to where you're not even shooting 30% from the
It's
three-point line.
strange.
You're
Very strange.
29% from 3-point line. That's crazy.
That is the Jamal Murray playbook.
Yeah, 100%. But he's also here because he's a great on-ball defender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and he's just a rare archetype of great on-ball defender who can also be your backup point guard and starting shooting guard, like that secondary playmaker guy who can play off-ball, on-ball, and defend the best player. Obviously, if he's defended the best player like he did in the finals against Shea, he's going to be too gassed to give you quite as much on-ball, which we saw at times. But the versatility he brings, like, I would rather have him than Beal, Powell, those other guys.
And even that was one of, like, the way that they were guarding Shea and the way that they told him to guard Shea, that's some of the most all-out effort that you are, like, face guarding, deny defense for 48 minutes or however long he played, whatever. But, like, that in itself is, like, like, Rick Carlisle's telling you before the game, I don't care what you do on offense. Give every ounce of energy that you have to guard Shea. And so if you're doing that, then yeah. But if we're talking about just regular defense on a regular night in January or something like that, yeah, his defense is awesome. It's fine.
Yeah. Shout out Lu Dort, man. Like, just the ultimate strengths and weaknesses player, like dramatic differences, but the strengths are outrageous. He's a 40% 3-point shooter for most of the season and an all defensive player on ball. Like, it's just a ridiculous 3-and-D guy with absolutely nothing else to show for it. No on ball abilities to be seen. Not going to be a rebounder at all. Not going to be a passer at all. But my God, is he the ultimate 3-and-D player?
Like, literally every single game that you walk out of after watching Lu Dort perform, spoiler alert, I had him at 13-2. You're going to be walking away and be like, damn, bro, Lu Dort is, you're going to say really good things about him, or you're the opposing team and you're like, yo, this guy's a goddamn blah, 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 because of all the great things that he does.
And you're going to, every game, you're going to be like, Lu Dort's making threes?
Yes.
But he did it all year. He just makes threes now.
Exactly.
So, yeah, he just, if I'm respecting defense across the list, I have to put Lu Dort top 15.
Right.
I agree. So at 15, I got Norman Powell. 14, I got Josh Hart. 13, Lu Dort. 12, I got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and 11, I got Alex Caruso.
Shout out the Atlanta Hawks.
Before we carry on, I did completely forget about someone like Bradley Beal. I don't know why, but every single time I think of the Bradley Beal thing, I just want to get it out of my brain and out of my head immediately. It's so disgusting to the point to where I don't know what's wrong with me. I just go ahead and any notification or information I see about Bradley Beal on my feed, not interested, do not show me this information at all, but it's just that irritating. So I forgot about him, and he very well would have probably been like 15, maybe 16 on this list.
I respect your hyping up of your new Atlanta Hawk, Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Caw-caw!
I think he is nowhere near this level, but shout out your newest Atlanta Hawk. He is a very solid player.
Yeah, I mean, this tier right here is like a bunch of I don't want to say defensive-minded players, but it feels like that for the most part, excluding someone like Josh Hart.
He's nowhere close to the level of defense of Caruso and Lu Dort. Not even the same stratosphere.
That's like all defense.
Yeah.
Like genuinely the 5 best perimeter defenders in the league right there. But he is a positive defender. He's a positive offensive player too. He's not going to give you insane playmaking, but he's not a complete black hole either, you know? So he's doing a lot of great things, and he almost feels like a small forward, you know? That's why he belongs on this list.
A shooting guard is a small forward, so I understand.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't put too much expectations, but when you see him play, he's just gonna do his job. Once in a while, hit like 4 random threes in the game. Play great
brother.
defense.
Hell yeah.
And like be
Number 12 shooting
stable
guard.
and consistent.
Listen,
bro.
when he's rolling, I'll try to be tame because that no 3, no D, it did get to me. When he's jumping over 5 people to get a rebound, taking it coast to coast in transition.
Real quick, he's talking about Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
You're thinking,
I thought you were talking about
Josh Hart. No,
Man.
I'm not talking about Josh. I'm like,
I thought you were
wait,
talking about Josh
rebounding.
Hart.
When did this new version of
I don't
Nickeil
know.
Alexander unlock? I'm tweaking. But I
forgot.
I agree with the same
I saw it in
things.
your eyes. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
hold on, don't get too happy.
Yeah,
Wrong person.
You should have let him continue.
Nah, man.
But I do agree with you overall. He was going crazy.
Yeah, man, I checked out. I checked out.
He was tweaking. How do you think I was talking about Josh Hart?
Yeah, man.
Freak out.
Yeah. He said,
Because you said small forward, and I was like, hell yeah, that's Josh Hart. Because I never think of Nickeil Alexander-Walker as like small whatever. I'm like, yeah, he has like decent size.
That's why I was like, sure thing, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker is nowhere near this level to me, but shout out the Hawks.
Oh man, that's
Donovan,
funny.
who's your 15?
I was like, what? At 15, I have Malik Monk. 14, I have Christian Brown. 13, I have Levine. 12, I have Norman Powell. 11, I have CJ McCollum.
He is Josh Hart top 10.
Ooh.
No, I already put Josh Hart.
Oh, okay, thank God. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
You gotta love. What's crazy is Levine 13 for me, man.
I struggle with that. I understand. He's such a hard player to rank. I didn't go this low. I gave him benefit of the doubt, but tell me why you didn't. I understand though.
He had a great bounce back season. And finally, we were like, listen, this is like the LaVine that we were talking about.
Mhm.
But also, the man plays no defense. Also, when you get to Sacramento, the usage drops a little bit, and it's like, this is good. And I never know how to feel about people when the best version of you is whenever we scale you down. It's like, damn, like, what does that say about you? And so I do think that, like, he's also another guy where if you are in a very, like, I need you in a very, very specific situation.
100%.
I don't
Yes.
even know if that's the case for
His
when
offense
it comes to
does.
LaVine.
Playing through him, like for the Bulls, he put up good numbers this year and was really efficient before he got traded. Great, good for him. Playing through him is a horrible experience at times. His offensive approach is hard to be conducive to high level offense.
Yeah, and
But
I agree with that.
you harness him in the right spot. I put him top 10.
But what's the right spot? We haven't been in the right spot
I think
for the
it's
last
anything
6
decent.
years.
I think it's anything decent because you've never seen him in the right spot before in his career.
We saw what 23, however many games of like the number 1 seed Bulls
It was
where we
decent.
had it, and then that was 4 years ago. That's 4 or 5 years ago. So we saw all of that, and it's been so long. And
Yeah.
Sacramento is just torturing everybody by trying to create Bulls West, and then you pair him up with DeMar. And at this point, I don't really know where it would be. Like we've all talked about him going to Detroit and playing with somebody else, like a Cade, or playing with another like legit ball handler, so that he's not running the offense.
I'm not
Like,
gonna lie. If De'Aaron Fox is still over there in San Antonio, or not San Antonio, in Sacramento,
they would
like we
still
would
suck.
talk about.
They would still.
They
suck.
wouldn't know. They would not. With LaVine as his backcourt duo, that's like easily the best player that LaVine
It
ever
would.
played.
They would be better. They still would not be good.
You're right, but to the point, he would look good though. I think he's a good fit with Sabonis. I think he's a terrible fit with Sabonis, Monk, and DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
The forward players is horrible, but you asked what the right role for LaVine is. Playing off of a passing hub for sure. Like he's a good off-ball player.
Yeah.
He can run in transition, relocate to the corners, run off of handoffs, run pick and roll. Him and Sabonis, I like the idea of them a ton. They just need to shoot DeMar somewhere else. They need to shoot
Yeah.
him to the East Coast, the South, the North, wherever it may be.
Mars.
Send him in a cannon. Send him to anywhere else. And it's not because DeMar.
Jupiter.
DeMar's a fine player. Get him away from Zach LaVine. Free Zach LaVine from the shackles of playing with players that do not make sense with him at all. That's
Yeah.
been the last 5 years. He does not have a top 5 shooting guard in the league ceiling, but I do think that like give him a decent system. Like put him next to another high level defensive guard, like you saw with Lonzo Ball and Caruso. Put him next to bigs that he can play off of, like what should be Sabonis. I do still think he can
don't
be a
know.
competent player.
I don't know, like what makes him wildly different from guys like Austin Reeves, or maybe even like this is shooting a little bit higher to Tyler Hero.
I'm glad
Like,
you said
they're
that.
not wildly different.
Should we
at
go to
all.
the top 10?
I will say before we move on to the, or you go ahead. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's
'cause
do it.
That's a good point. I put him, Dominic Sayers first. I put him directly next to Austin Reeves because I was like, he can do exactly what Austin Reeves does.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So an interesting stat that Carson from NerdCess tweeted. He said, "Here's every guard to ever average 23 points per game on at least 63% true shooting percentage in the season: Reggie Miller, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Zach LaVine. They all did it multiple times except for Reggie and Damian Lillard, and Zach LaVine did it twice. He's such a special offensive player, and he's genuinely one of the best shooters in any situation or scenario. Catch and shoot off the dribble. It doesn't matter. He's getting buckets regardless, and he's genuinely a flamethrower. It's just hard to see and feel his level of impact because of how steep of a decline he has when it comes to playmaking. He's not as good as Austin Reeves or Tyler Hero.
Yeah.
And also defense is what it is too. So that's why I'm like, he is that level of player. He just isn't in constantly the worst situation imaginable.
I think he's extremely flawed and not amazing, the same way you do. I'm just like, you could be solid if you're given a good situation. He's simultaneously not as good as people want him to be, but also in absolute bullshit situations that like both are true.
And that's what, for me, that's what 11 through 13 is, where it's like we said the same thing about CJ, where you give him some grace because he's played in New Orleans. But I do think that, like, if both CJ and LaVine, if you put them in the same like whatever like competent situation, I think CJ would be better.
Yeah.
Right?
I think LaVine's highs are higher though.
And
Because of the
that's-
level
and
of
that's-
shooting
that's
that he-
fine.
that
The
he does
lows,
provide.
I think the lows when it's not going well for LaVine
Yeah.
are lower than McCollum. So that's why I'll go with CJ above him.
Yeah, I think Powell's a good comparison. I think he's a lot better than Powell, but I think the way Powell is used on the Clippers is how LaVine needs to be used. He needs to be someone that you don't play through him. You cannot play through Zach LaVine. He cannot be the feature player that defines your play style. You will go nowhere fast, but harness him as a scorer next to better players who are better playmakers, better defensive players that can really like allow him to be tunnel vision version like Norm Powell was this year when he almost made the All-Star team. I think we can get a lot of good out of Zach LaVine there.
Yeah, that sounds like a very above average shooting guard. And it's I don't know. My top 10 is especially the second half of it. A lot of it was defined of me thinking like, can I win with you? And I still do have questions about if LaVine is a major part of my team. Do I think that I can win high level basketball games? I don't know, and I actually lean more towards no than yes.
Okay,
I understand. It's so easy to say that because of what we've seen over the course of his career. Best ball handlers he's been playing with is Ricky Rubio back in Minnesota. Then it's a little bit of Lonzo Ball. And then we're talking about Kobe White. And now we're over here putting him in like next to Domantas Sabonis. So it's super easy to say that. And I feel you and I genuinely understand. I just think it's straight up wrong though.
I mean, by the time you get him into like an actual situation, it's gonna be time for him to play in the big three. Like his window it's gonna pass him just because of where he's at right now. And so that may be docking him a little bit too much, but the perfect situation, I don't know if that's ever gonna happen.
Okay. Let's reveal all of our top 10s, or back half of the top 10, so we can talk about Zach LaVine a little more. At number 10, I have Dyson Daniels. Gigantic gap between where you had him. At 9, I have Alex Caruso. 8, I have Austin Reeves. 7, Zach LaVine. 6, Desmond Bane.
Okay, so at number 10, I have Andrew Nembhard. 9, I got Dyson Daniels. 8, Zach LaVine. 7, Reeves. And 6, Hero.
And at 10, I have Lou Dort. At 9, I have Nembhard. At 8, I have Caruso. 7, Tyler Hero. And at 6, Austin Reeves.
Wow.
Apparently, I'm the biggest Tyler Hero fan here, which I did not expect to be development. But I respect the All-Star season. Austin Reeves and LaVine is tough. Maybe I was just fighting Lakers bias, where I'm like, am I being a fucking Lakers glazer if I put him above Zach LaVine? Apparently not. Y'all both did it. I don't think it's crazy. The passing is a big difference. No, fuck yeah. Let's flip him. Austin Reeves is better than Zach LaVine. Let's flip him on my list. Let's go.
He is
because the passing. You could never sit down and tell me like Zach LaVine's going to come into have a stretch of an NBA year where he's going to put up like 7, 6, 7, 8 assists for a continued stretch. But I don't think I'll see that compared to Austin Reeves.
Yeah, and I think Zach LaVine can. 7's the high end. I'm moving on to 8. But you could convince me to put Caruso and Daniels above him just because they're such gifted defenders. But I don't know. I'm just giving him so much cop. I'm just giving him so much of a pass for the bad situations. Maybe it's too much. I think Donovan, like, you probably convinced me I should probably put him at 10. 7's a bit too high, but
yeah,
I do think he's extremely talented. And then you put him, like, if he was in Jamal Murray's role playing off of Jokic, I think we'd talk about him entirely differently. Then again, that's a pretty fucking easy role. It's one of the easiest roles in NBA history. So that's not exactly saying much, but I think there are countless teams that he would make substantially better.
Yeah. So also, you had Jamal Murray at like 16. So like, if he did play with Jokic, you would look at him and be like, he's a Jokic merchant. I'm not giving him like that passer. He might be in, like you said, like anywhere from like 10 to 13.
Keep in mind, Jamal Murray would also be like 7 on this list. This list is substantially worse than the point guard list.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think I would take. I would take Reeves over Hero. The playoff stuff, obviously, like it was a bad series. It wasn't like amazing. I'm still really, really high on Austin Reeves, and I think like that playmaking run that he had really, really moved me.
Yeah.
And so that's why I do think that you can get a bounce back from him. And I've also seen him perform well in a playoff scenario. And so for the Lakers, everybody gets a pass for last year and how the playoffs went, just because the roster was flawed because you traded for Luka in February, and the one move that you thought that you had to make, you weren't able to make it because the trade got rescinded. And so it's like, it's JJ's first year, it's Luka's first year being in LA. Yeah. You're giving Austin Reeves this new not new role, but like more expanded role. Wow. And so going into next year, now we have an opportunity to kind of solidify everything, and I do think that he'll thrive. So that's why I have him at 6.
Okay. Do you think Tyler Hero wouldn't be able to do the same thing?
He would absolutely do the same thing. He's better. He's a way better shooter. That's the difference here.
Yeah. That's fair. But
he's a much better off-ball player. That's the big difference. I think defensively, they're probably probably pretty even. They're probably both not your premier defenders on your team, but they're not terrible. Neither of them are.
Yeah, that's why I just ranked them together because I'm going to give the respect to Hero because he is genuinely one of the 10 best shooters in the league, and also he made an All-Star team. So
y'all
I
put
can't
Bane above
disrespect.
Hero. Interesting.
Now I will say I hate that I put Bane above him because that's genuinely, you caught me. I never rode for Tyler Hero. I told you I would hate on Tyler Hero for the next 10, 30, 20 years. Still doing it, bro. Ain't nothing changed. But
He had a very good year.
I'm being honest. Desmond Bane is not better than Tyler Hero.
He's not.
And he should have been upward. He should have been number 5 on my list for sure.
I am still the way Miami went, and like, and granted, like Jimmy was in and out, and he did get traded like later, and so like Tyler was doing this pretty much the whole year. But I look at that team and I'm just like, man, like if you put a lot of other guys, like if you put Reeves in that situation, could Reeves go and make an All-Star team in the East? Yeah, like I do think that him and Bam could be a good in quotes, combo, and he could do that. I think that it's part of that like circumstance.
I think the only case where I could see Reeves being better than Austin Hero is probably the playmaking stuff. I do think if he was alone, he could average like 7-8 assists a game easily. I don't know how well that efficiency would hold up, but I do feel good about him being like this all-around guard who's a 3-level scorer, even a better 3-level scorer than Austin Reeves in my opinion, or than Tyler Hero in my opinion, while also like combining that with the playmaking stuff across the field. So I can understand.
I would
don't
trade
love it,
Austin
but I
Reeves and Tyler
understand.
Hero in an instant.
You would do it in an instant?
Instantly.
Yeah.
I love Austin Reeves, but yeah, Tyler
Yeah.
Hero is a much better shooter, much more consistent and a high difficulty 3-point shooter. Very good passer himself. He had a great playmaking year, really developed in similar ways to Austin Reeves. Probably, we'll call it a draw as a passing talents there. 54% on short mid-range shots this year, 46% on long mid-range shots, 52% overall.
what
Legit
was it
in-between
last
game.
year?
Previous year? From which area?
Short mid range.
49%. So it's always been good.
Yeah.
That was 78th percentile. This year is 94th percentile. Legitimate in between game. That Austin Reeves has that too. Austin Reeves is better than him at getting to line. He's a really, really good grifter. But overall, Tyler Hero is a better 3-level scorer, just as good of a passer. Defense is a wash. And I think his ability to play off ball as a shooter, way more untapped potential.
I don't know if he's that much different of a playmaker. I think I give it to Austin Reeves because I don't know. I do feel the in-between game and the foul baiting too has another level like unpredictability to his game, which is why I think he gets the playmaking a lot more of a boost.
Tyler Hero's a legit
A decent level
pick and
of
roll
boost.
ball handling passing talent. Like he can
Yeah.
really, really feed big men on pick and rolls.
Yeah, he can. He developed that skill over the last years for
Yeah,
sure.
like
I think Hero.
not that I
is
want to
better.
give it to him, but you got to give it to him. He
Yeah.
had a fantastic year. He was deserving of that All-Star team.
Yeah, he is better. He is better for sure.
Yeah, it's not fake, but
I can't believe you have. I like that Lou Dort is at number 10.
I respect it.
But it is a bad placement though, for sure.
I don't
think
know.
like
I don't.
with
Okay,
this
I
range of
I
guys,
disagree.
you can. Alex Caruso is gonna give you whatever on defense. Obviously, we know the best defender here, inarguably.
On this
But-
list for sure.
Yeah, but I will say there's certain at times he doesn't have the best handle, but he has a better handle than Lou Dort. He isn't the best 3-point. I don't know when it comes to
Who
3-point.
gives a shit? Those are two terrible
damn
handles.
Near chalk. That's damn near chalk. I just feel like
Lou
Alex
Dort,
Caruso will impact the game a little bit more than Lou Dort.
Lou Dort is an all defense kind of guy and shoots 40% from 3. And like
It's not crazy at all.
If that's all you ask him, you could put
Yeah.
Lou Dort anywhere on any team, and it would make sense, and like the spacing wouldn't go. It wouldn't be bad. And last year, like if you looked at him last year, you maybe could have said, oh, okay, it's the best year of his career. Let me see it again. He did it again,
Mhm.
right? He shot 39% last year. He shot 41% from 3 this
Yeah.
year. And so if you're getting that, and in the playoffs, the fact that Lou Dort is that big and has the reputation of being this like strong physical guy, that's +5 defensive attribute in the playoffs because they let him foul. So like his
Yeah.
defense is able to go to another level because of the way that like playoff reffing is and his
Yeah.
and his reputation. So you're gonna get a version if you can get some type of sports psychologist and figure out like, can we get him to be 45%, actually not 45%, 65% of himself on the road instead of and like at home.
Yeah.
This is one of the best role players in the league. He still is that even with his inconsistencies.
I agree with you. Just for me personally, when I think of like the top 10 shooting guards list, you need to have like more layers to your game than just simply being a 3-and-D guy. Now he is
Why?
unarguably like the best at that, but I don't know. I think in order to warrant top 10, you need to have like more medals to your game than just simply like
I
it being so
disagree.
chalk and
I disagree. I
You
think
have
But
Alex
he's one of
Caruso
the
there.
best
Alex
at it.
Caruso's not that different. In
I
principle.
don't have him top 10.
Oh, you don't? Oh, you have Dyson
Yeah.
Daniels there. Dyson Daniels not that different.
No,
He's-
okay, that's so
He can drive?
disrespectful
No, it's
because
not.
he was drafted as a point guard. He's been a point guard
Who
his
gives a
entire
fuck?
life.
He's not a
and
point
he
guard
is
now.
genuinely like he can masquerade as a point guard. That's the thing. That's a layer of his game that's like in talks about.
Masquerade?
to get you nowhere.
Yeah, simply.
so. He can
similar
put a costume
conversations.
on, great, but like to be a
He's a legit secondary ball handler. He can legitimately
He's a
run a
good-
simple pick and roll.
He's a
and hit
secondary
guys.
driver. He's a better driver, but a worse shooter. I think that nets out quite similarly. Again, I put him a little bit higher too. So I do think Dyson
Yeah.
Daniels is better offensively. It's not some leaps and bounds thing. 40% shooting from Lou Dort is valuable.
No, it is
just like
valuable.
Dyson Daniels' ability to be a driver with his size is valuable. But they're both flawed offensive players. Neither one of them are spectacular passers. Like it's not like Dyson Daniels.
Okay,
is the best handle.
I think that's crazy to say that.
You think this-
Obviously, I'm not calling Dyson Daniels a spectacular passer, but I'm saying
You
the
are.
main reason why the main reason why that I say that Lou Dort doesn't belong to be top 10 for me is that he doesn't have as many layers to his game as someone like a Dyson Daniels or even an Andrew Nembhard. They're not the same guys, but they're of the same like category of players.
and this is also why like this
Would
is-
OKC
this is-
be better with Andrew Nembhard on their team instead of Lou Dort?
No.
Or even
No.
Dyson Daniels?
no
You don't think so?
no I don't. I think
Okay,
Dort,
that's
no.
okay.
I think Dort being able to be that size and being able to be that big and that good of a defender and still be able to knock down threes at the clip that he does, especially when nobody else on the team is a great shooter
Mhm.
outside of a really like Dort. I think that he is insanely valuable for what
They wouldn't be
for-
worse with those guys. So I wasn't trying to say that, but
Yeah.
those guys wouldn't change OKC's lives. I know what you're getting at because they're better secondary creators, and OKC needs that to some extent. But then they'd be a smaller team. Lou Dort, his defensive versatility at that size, being able to guard wings, plus be the main
Some
guy
needs,
fighting
yeah.
over screens. Like, I don't think they get any better.
Yeah,
It'd be
I
neutral.
guess this is just again personal preference that I'm pushing hard. Where
What is your
you
ideal
see-
role for Dyson Daniels? Like, do you see because Dort is what like we'll say fourth option, whatever. But like, if Dort is just like catch and shoot fourth option and he plays all NBA level defense, what is your ideal thing for Dyson Daniels in terms of like where he would fit on a championship level team?
He'd be like the third option. If you have a really stacked team, then obviously he's going to be fourth. What makes him different is that his ability to, of course, defensively, chalk. We're not talking about that at all. I think the layers to his offensive game, how he likes to force the floater, and he's not as refined as an offensive player because there's so much more to his game that he can get to, but hasn't necessarily perfected. But I did see genuine improvements, especially over the last like 30 games of the year, where he's shooting like 38% from the 3-point line. Now the volume isn't insane; it's like 3 or 4 a game or whatever, but still like that level of efficiency, while also or improving on that level of efficiency, and also being able to dish out like 5 assists per game if he was like the main guy there. That moves me.
You could say that, but there's no scenario in which you want him getting that many assists per game because you don't want to play through him because the scoring bag is so limited. Like, yeah, he could get 5 if he was a main playmaker, but if he's a main playmaker, your offense is fucking dog shit. So like that doesn't mean much to me. But I do think the slashing is valuable. That's why I put him higher. But I do think there's also some team environments where you'd rather have the quick trigger shooting of Dort, who's going to stand still and be
It's
refined
easy.
there.
Yeah,
So
it's
like
easy.
they're closer to chalk offensively. I think Dyson Daniels is a slightly better defensive player. That's why I did this. But there is many circumstances, probably like the Thunder specifically, that I think you'd rather have the guy that can't dribble but will shoot quickly versus Dyson, who shoots better from 3. He shot well from the corners specifically this year, but it's a very stagnant shooting, not quick trigger, has to be wide open, left wide open commonly. Different level of spacer.
Yeah, definitely. I can agree to that. Dort's game is super simple, and he's one of the best at that, which is okay for me. If you put him at 10, I had him at 13, so it's not a crazy discrepancy. I just like, for me in my mind, if you are top 10, you have to have a certain level of like handle skills.
Yeah, and that's where
along with being an elite defender.
and that's where I disagree because I do think like Lou Dort's game is not some crazy like artistic masterpiece. It is
the opposite.
it is hammer nail. I'm gonna bang this nail. I'm gonna do one thing, and like that's it. And if you're knocking in threes at a 40% clip, by all means, you stand there, you go where I tell you to stand, and you catch and shoot, and that is all I need from you. And because I do think like if you are that good, it allows everybody else to be just a little bit more flawed because. And it's kind of it's kind of
I think that's backwards.
It's kind of wild to think about it, but like they are able to like J-Dub and his shooting is able to be inconsistent. Chet and his offensive game is able to be inconsistent. The whole rest of the team, like Case and Wallace can shoot threes. Like by all means, you can be there. He can't. He didn't, and so you were relying on Lu Dort, and he came through time and time throughout this playoff run, and he's done it over the last 2 years to where it's actually consistent. So for him to be that solidified in that skill, whereas I think that for what you're saying for Dyson, yes, it's like it's improvement.
This is so much time for Dyson Daniels versus
It
Dort.
is I know. Like it's improvement.
This is what the offseason about. If you don't like it, get the fuck out of here.
Facts. next year, if you told me that Dyson is like a whole tier above Lu Dort because the improvements keep going, I'm cool with that. But I do think like right now they are very comparable, and I will take Lu Dort.
That's fair. That's perfectly fine because he is one of the best at his archetype. Dyson Daniels is still like as good as he is right now. He's not a finished product, obviously, and there's legitimate holes in his game that impede him from reaching a different caliber of player. So I can agree with you on that, and I am not as bullish when it comes to thinking of him as a top 10 shooting guard. That's fine.
Time for top 5.
I love Lu Dort.
Our top 5 is reveal them all. I have Tyler Hero at 5, Jaylen Brown at 4, Devin Booker at 3, Donovan Mitchell at 2, Anthony Edwards at 1.
I have Desmond Bane at 5, Jaylen Brown at 4, Devin Booker at 3, Donovan Mitchell at 2, Anthony Edwards at 1.
So I got Desmond Bane at 5, Jaylen Brown 4, Donovan Mitchell at 3, Devin Booker at 2, and Anthony Edwards at 1.
And as we look at this, our lists differ just between Bane and Hero. I wish I would have put Hero at, or either Hero or Reeves at 5 and dropped Bane down.
Yeah.
The shooting was like awesome from Bane. However, listen, man, that playoff series was stinky. It was disgusting, and it does like I think him being the quote unquote third option in Orlando, that's perfect for him.
Yeah.
But I was so discouraged by what I saw in the playoffs from him. So I probably should have dropped him down, but everything else obviously.
Yeah, I mean either way, it's 5 and 6. They're the same guy pretty much. They're both 3-level scorer that can do some secondary playmaking and be fine enough defensively. I think people kind of assume Desmond Bane's a great defender because he's swole as shit. I don't really feel that way. So that's like not enough for me to put him over Hero, who I think is slightly more talented with the ball in his hands. Yeah. But honestly, they're pretty fucking similar with the ball in his hands. So I don't feel strongly about that at all. Putting Bane over him is not a big issue to me.
Yeah, I just would have dropped him over the playoff run, but that's whatever.
Mitchell versus Booker. I want to continue to be on the Booker is better hill, but it's just been so many years of disarray. It's not his fault that he's in this terrible situation, but I just don't have a good argument for it when we haven't seen the best version of him for 2 straight years.
Yeah, in my mind, when I think about that conversation, they're so interchangeable, and I give Booker a little bit more leeway, and I give him I'll give you number 2 because I don't know. I don't even know if it's fair to say that he did produce better than Donovan Mitchell because he did have a down year when it comes to shooting the ball. I think he only shot like 33 or 34% from the 3-point line, which was a significant drop off. But I have no real. They're in the same group. They're so interchangeable for me. I just feel like when everything is going and hasn't going right for Devin Booker and also Donovan Mitchell, I've just seen things work out more in Devin Booker's favor.
And that's not crazy. This is the last year. This is the last year where you can say and have a majority of the argument be, oh, it's not Booker's fault. Because I do have to see something, right? I do have to see you not start off super slow and I start wondering like, oh, are you washed and this and that? Obviously, like the expectations are obviously different. You just have to meet your expectations at this point. Like the Suns are not going to make the playoffs, and like we're not. If the Suns miss the playoffs, we're not going to be like, oh, Devin Booker didn't lead his team. We know it's a trash situation. It really is. As an individual player, can you maximize whatever you're doing? And if you see that and if you feel good, fine, you can do that. Or if we get you to a better situation, maybe. But D Mitch has been. I think D Mitch like last year was better, and this year. You can say, you can say like he scaled down for the betterment of the team. It didn't go like as great as in terms of like efficiency wise, but that is something that you can say is there for him. So I still would like to put D Mitch above Booker because like you said, I just have to see a little bit more from Book.
Okay.
Yeah. I think if I'm imagining everybody in their best case scenario, I maybe still think Booker has a higher ceiling, but
Yeah.
proof is in the pudding of Mitchell. I just gave him credit. Didn't put too much thought into it. I just feel like that debate's been kind of settled for a couple of years, but I hope we see Devin Booker for at least one more year, get a prime year where he gets to be in a team that makes sense.
They're asking him to be a point guard, bro. Again, that's so sad and it's so
ridiculous.
hard.
Just let him be a 2.
So hard.
Just
to
let him be
write
a
down.
2.
And not much to say with the top 5. Top 5 is pretty simple outside of that. We know Ant's number 1, 2 and 3 is a debate. Brown is clearly 4, and 5 can be Hero or Bane.
Yeah. That felt pretty simple. That felt really simple when it comes to top 5s.
And there we go. That's our shooting guard ranking. Was a mess. Really weird position right now with a lot of players with very different skill sets and very different values. But here we are.
I feel like this is the most different our list has been.
Yeah.
My worst placement for sure is the Desmond Bane thing. And then also I think I fucked up as well, not putting Bradley Beal where I should have put him, or I had putting a part of this list. I didn't do that. But outside of that, I feel really good about my placements.
Yeah, I take back my Dyson Daniels placement.
And Nikhil, wait, were you really high on Nikhil Alexander?
No,
Walker?
I had him at 21.
Oh, okay.
I had him over Dyson, which is why I'm taking the Dyson Daniels thing back. But you were the highest on Nikhil Alexander Walker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
And with that being said, it's time for TikTok time.
March.
Welcome to TikTok time. Today, we are once again going to begin with the draft. And today, we are once again going to begin with a build a player draft, something we haven't done in a few weeks. We're going to build NBA players with only players who played for the Houston Rockets at some point in their career.
Okay.
All-time Rockets got to build the perfect superstars. The draft order is me first, Mo second, Donovan third. Y'all ready to get whooped?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
First things first, in the first pick of the Rockets only draft, give me Hakeem Olajuwon's defense.
Damn.
Easy pick.
That's fair. You got it. Knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, how could I not?
Exactly.
Give me the best defender anybody's ever goddamn seen.
Okay. For shooting, give me James Harden.
Ooh, okay.
Statistically, one of the greatest 3-point shooters ever. Weird to say, but it is true. Don't call it volume. You're wrong.
I'm so surprised that you took his shooting and not passing.
Yeah, I didn't know where you're going to go with Harden. There's so many things you can do with him.
I know.
But it is a good place to start, having one of the best difficult shot makers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get Yao's body.
Damn
Okay.
it. I was hoping that would fall back to me.
You're not getting Yao's body and Hakeem defense.
That'd be crazy.
And then now I don't know where to go because like for finishing, or are we getting like athleticism with finishing or just like
You played this
whatever?
game before.
Whatever you think.
Listen, because I've tried to make some pieces.
Athleticism
some
really
Wait,
goes
no,
with
your
body.
body is Yao, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's athleticism.
Yeah.
That's your body.
All right. Well, then in that case, for shooting, give me T-Mac.
Okay. Damn, this cat's pulling her claws out of my leg.
Dude,
Stop
you gotta
it.
cut her nails.
I know. God damn. Okay, so you said shooting, T-Mac. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So for passing, give me Chris Paul.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Underrated. Good pick.
Witty.
I like that.
Can I do this? Can I pick Kevin Durant shooting?
No, he hasn't played
He
again.
hasn't
Okay.
played. He would have been picked up.
He has to be already played for them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, damn.
He would have
Kinda.
been picked up for sure.
Shit.
You're
You know
big.
what?
Jalen Green body right there.
You know
what I'm saying?
what?
He moves different.
Let me pay homage to a Rockets somewhat legend. Give me Ryan Anderson shooting.
Okay.
Oh,
Absolute
shit.
sniper.
I'm not gonna lie. This is throwback as hell. He's so special,
Give
bro.
me Ryan Anderson.
Laura Markkinen would be nothing without Ryan Anderson.
And then give me Dwight Howard's body.
Ooh, okay.
You
That's
said
a
I'm
great
getting
body.
a big.
Yeah.
That's a great body
Whether
to
if
have.
it's Dwight or the Storm, I'm getting
I'm
somebody.
getting someone.
Yeah.
I'm leaving here with someone large.
Okay. So I got finishing body that I need to work on for real.
Mhm.
Wait, you put passing for T-Mac for me. I got CP3.
Oh, I didn't put that on there. Oops.
Yeah. Okay.
T-Mac passing.
I was like, what the fuck? Kind of nerfed me, but it's okay. All right, so I could focus on defense, finishing, or body. What's probably most pressing is finishing. For finishing, give me someone who's gonna catch all lobs, someone who's just like a demon when it comes to attacking the rim. Give me Russell Westbrook for finishing. Yeah, those 2 years that we was in Houston, catching lobs off of James Harden. One of the last finishing prime years of Westbrook, for sure. Give me finishing.
That is okay. All right. So for defense, give me Amen Thompson. And then for passing,
okay.
see now they've had a couple guards, but my body is Yao. And so I need a big man passing. Give me Sengun's passing.
What does a men's
That's
defense
so
look
weird.
like in Yao's body?
Yeah, you should have gave me a man. You're just being greedy.
What does a men's defense even look like in
Not
Yao's
even
body?
being
It's like
greedy.
just strange.
Twitchy.
It doesn't.
It's not his body though. I don't know.
It's weird.
Twitchy.
Big body with a men defense.
Yeah, I feel like that doesn't do much for you.
It honestly does. At least I get defensive instincts.
You have his hands. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
7'6" and I have instincts in hand. See, this is what I'm saying. You guys try to downplay it. It's not. I just want.
You don't want a shot blocker at that size.
I just want. I'm 7'6". I can.
You're inherently a
I
shot
probably
blocker.
if you made Amen Thompson 7'6", he'd figure out how to play defense.
really well.
He'd be okay.
He'd be extraordinary, actually.
That's funny. All right. So for defense, give me someone else who's menacing as hell. One of the most annoying players in the NBA. Dylan Brooks. Welcome to my team.
I'm
Okay.
frying him
Are you?
easily.
I'm getting you teed up before you have an opportunity to fry me.
For passing, give me Kenny Smith.
Okay.
And then
Entry passes all day.
yeah, fundamental bounce passes. Did Josh Smith play for the Rockets?
Yes,
You did.
Give me Josh Smith for finishing.
that's okay.
Give me a flyer.
Oh yeah, that's great. A little bit, down, but it's okay. All good.
Where are you going?
Okay, so for
Frozen.
body, I'm thinking about my player build right now. Obviously, I'm more guard wing centered. I got Harden
More guard
shooting.
wing center, all guards.
Yeah. I got Harden shooting, Brooks defense, finish like Russ, pass like CP3.
He's
I'm-
gonna sell.
Don't
I'm
you
a
wish you had a
leader
men
right
body
now.
right now?
I should have took him in. I froze. So for body, give me the most Houston Rocket, the
Jalen
most
Green?
athletic Houston Rocket that comes to mind immediately.
Jalen Green?
No, absolutely not Jalen Green. His last name is Green though. Give me Gerald Green.
Oh,
I
you
need
said
him
Gerald
on my
right. Let's
team.
go.
Fuck Gerald, my bad. Gerald Green.
Good job.
Fuck.
That's a good body.
Yeah,
not
stupid
terrible.
athletic.
You got bounce.
I mean,
yeah.
listen, you only have 9 fingers, but
Hey,
there's that.
who needs it?
Oh, does that hurt the step back three?
Hell no, it does not hurt the step
I
back.
think you might.
Maybe,
Because it's Harden taking that step back three, so it's cool.
maybe
Harden with one less finger wouldn't be the same.
for
It's a good
finishing.
point.
See, this is really tough. But we're gonna go very, very old school. Give me Moses Malone finishing.
Oh, okay.
Mm,
Shout out Moses Malone. Doesn't
Just,
often get picked.
just strong.
okay.
We
just-
always overlook him in drafts. We forget he exists.
Just Moses
Yeah.
Malone, just big body.
Yeah.
Occasionally, an old person sees our comments, sees our videos, and says, "Why do y'all forget about Moses Malone?"
I'm not forgetting.
Here we are.
Moses-
Damn, I should have picked his finishing. That's a good pick. I didn't even. I
Yeah.
forget about him completely.
one of the strongest players in NBA history.
Yeah.
So for body, I got what's his name again? Gerald Green, shooting James Harden, finishing Russell Westbrook, defense Dylan Brooks, and passing CP3.
And then for body, I have Yao. Shooting, I have T-Mac. Finishing, I have Moses Malone. Defense, Amen Thompson. Passing, Sengun.
And for my demigod, I have Dwight Howard's body, Ryan Anderson shooting, Josh Smith finishing, Hakeem Olajuwon defense, and Kenny Smith passing.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Do you?
I think I
I think you just made a fundamental mistake with a men defense and Yao body.
I don't
Like, who are you?
understand. Like,
You're a tweener.
Moses Malone's finishing.
what do you
saved
mean tweener? I'm 7'6".
Yeah, but you picked a perimeter guy. Like in the spirit of it, like I mean, you can always be like, good defenders are good defenders, but you pick the skill sets of a small
And
a big
Amen
body.
Thompson is the one where you're gonna draw on that line of like, yeah, he couldn't be a big like.
No, we never do that. I don't know. I mean,
It is just weird.
it's starkly different skill sets. That like, again, if we play the logic of you put that smart player in a big body, he'll figure it out. Sure, but you know,
Y'all hating. Y'all hating because I won.
well, first of all, I won. First, of all, I have Hakeem Olajuwon defense and Dwight's body with Ryan Anderson shooting.
I'm sorry, buddy, but Dwight Howard at that time had back problems. I did not forget about that.
The first year he was there, he was fine.
Not really, man.
Them
He
back
was on
problems.
the decline.
Them back problems kept
He was
up.
on the decline.
Hey, I didn't see you there. We're taking a break from the pod to let you guys know about the newest TD3 production, House Call. As you can see, it's the same nonsense, the same hate, the same great takes, but just in the NFL. By the time you guys see this, episodes have already started to drop, so tap into the new channel, to the new show. Again, It's everything that you love about the Deep Three, but just for football. The link is going to be in the description. It's going to be pinned in the top comment. And make sure you guys go tap in and bring your crayons.
All right, next thing we're going to do. Bleacher Report recently put out a very, very, very controversial list.
And I still haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it yet. Bleacher Report ranked the top 100 players of all time in NBA history. Today, what we're going to do is I'm going to have you guys guess where these players ranked on their list.
Okay.
And I put pretty much all the players currently playing today.
Okay.
So you're going to guess where they rank
Gotcha.
amongst the top 100.
Interesting.
First off, we got Luka Doncic.
All right, let's see. No MVPs, no finals,
no championships.
no championships.
Hella all NBA first teams.
Yes, but I don't think he's not a top 20 guy. I don't think they would put him there. I do think like top 20, top 25 is going to be people who either have one or the other. Let me go 32.
I'm gonna say 35.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go 32 for Luka.
57 for Luka Doncic.
Ooh, shit.
57 for Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
Obviously one of the great talents of all time, but he hasn't accomplished anything yet. So I guess they dinged him for that.
We are a little bit player hating right now,
Yeah.
but listen. At this point, it's like, hey, beard grown. So in terms of like a trophy case. So all right.
Beard grown.
Yeah. And for comparison of who ranked around him, Tracy McGrady is at 59.
No.
Willis Reed's at 58. So that's who Luka is right ahead of.
No. That is
And
so
right
wrong.
in front of him is Dolph Shays, Bill Walton, another legend who had a small sample size. Reggie Miller's at 54.
This is just
Yeah.
wrong. I think it's just different caliber of talent for Luka. This is
Yeah.
so wrong.
Reggie Miller at 54. Interesting.
54 for Reggie. Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
Luka's is so clearly ahead of these guys by at least bare minimum like 10 spots.
Dwight Howard's at 52.
Oh,
He's-
see, that's just actually no. I mean, listen, Dwight has mad DPOY, so like I guess you can point to that and be like,
Yeah.
but
I guess so.
that's a little low.
Dwight Howard at 52
That-
feels ridiculous.
That's a little low for me though.
Yeah.
I don't like
Okay.
that.
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum. Okay, so if Luka's at 57, I think Jason Tatum has to be 49.
Yeah. They're going to say he's definitely better than Tatum
Mhm.
because he has the accomplishment that any NBA player would want. No MVPs, all
No-
NBA on
yeah.
all NBA.
Yeah,
No MVP, no finals MVP, tons of team success. How much do you think they gauge that compared to Luka?
I think they put him at 40.
I'll go 49.
Ooh. Yeah, I got some bad news for you. He's number 93.
Now this is crazy. This is really disrespectful.
All right,
I thought I hated
come on,
Tatum,
come on,
but this is new levels
on.
of hating right here.
come on.
Chauncey Billups is 91.
Yeah, go.
Lenny
down.
Wilkins, 92. Right behind Jason Tatum at 95, you got David Busher.
Shout out Dave.
Bill Sharman at 94.
Shout out Bill.
Klay Thompson is 98. Bernard King, 97.
Shout out Bernard.
He's higher. He's higher.
I can't understand why Jason Tatum would be this low. So many first team All NBAs.
That far
He has a ring.
behind?
Best player on a championship team. One of the defining players of his era. 93 is ridiculous.
That far behind Luka. All right, man.
And it's not like he's a year 3 player. He's 8 years into his career. He has
Yeah.
plenty of sample size.
All right.
That's a good prime.
You got me Bleacher Report. You got me. I'm upset now. Good job. You made your list good.
Congratulations. Rage has been baited.
I would understand 93 if he never made it to the NBA finals. It was just like a conference finals bound guy. But since he did the thing, yeah,
Yeah, even if
is
they lost in the finals last year, I'd sort of understand it. But he does have the hardware that people kind of expect.
Mhm.
It's a prerequisite to get in the top 50 a lot of times for some people.
He's been to 2 finals already.
He has been, and a lot of conference finals.
All right.
We'll keep pushing. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
I think he's easily. He had like the most complete season from a guard that we've seen only like 2 other times.
All-time great MVP season. Won a championship. Won a finals MVP in the same year.
44.
3 straight first-team All-NBAs.
I think he's gonna be in the mid 30s.
I'll say I've been much higher on these players than Bleacher Report is. So I would agree with you, but I think they're probably going to dock him just because it's been like a small window where it's happened. So I'll go 45.
Ooh, he's not ranked.
What the?
He's not top 100.
No.
Klay Thompson is 98. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is unranked.
You could rank Luka, but you can't rank Shea, who has a
That makes no
championship,
sense.
an MVP, all these all NBAs as well. Maybe not first team, but he got the.
He's
these
3
All-NBAs,
first-team
bro.
All-NBAs.
Come on now, bro. This is.
It's not a
crazy.
one-year wonder. Like, he's been elite top 5 player for 3 straight years, and now he's a championship.
You put Chauncey Billups on the list. and you didn't put Shea on the list? All right, bro. You got it.
Tough.
You got it. You got
All right, Bleacher Report staff.
I can't say anything crazy because these are my fellow employees.
That makes me have the even more ability to say something crazy. What
No
are y'all
facts.
doing? I'm in the building.
I'm
What are y'all
pulling
doing?
up to the office
In
tomorrow.
2 weeks, we will be in the office.
You are
Absolutely.
my peers. I can. If anybody could say it, it's me. What is wrong with y'all? I wish you were consulted for this list. That'd be fun.
No facts.
Paul George.
If Paul George is on this list and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is not on this list,
No.
I'm going to
Paul
flip
George
out.
is on this list. He is number 78.
Ahead of Tatum.
It just keeps on getting worse and worse and worse. I love Paul George. He's meant so much to the game, but he literally has no hardware, bro. You guys know I'm the biggest Paul George glazer too. I be over here spamming MVPG back in 2018. Move mountains. The best version of him.
Jimmy Butler is 83. Grant Hill's 79, one behind Paul George.
That much above Tatum is outrageous, bro.
At this point,
Why would Jimmy Butler be on here but not Tatum? Or why is Jimmy Butler 10 spots above Tatum?
There's no consistent logic.
Why the fuck is Jimmy Butler 10 spots above Jason
Yo,
Tatum?
they was asking these janitors over there, bro. They were not employees for real. They was asking front desk security, bro. I know the guy who said this. He was not for OPR. They asked the cafeteria ladies, bro. You are not BR.
They're asking Sam and Drew.
They are not BR, bro.
Kyrie Irving.
Okay, now they're
99.
probably gonna glaze him. Nah.
99.
Nah, they gotta glaze him. I think so.
I think so.
But how often they be posting Kyrie too? Think about it.
Well, what does
Imagine.
Glaze do? Where does Kyrie go?
I think
Glaze would
is
have
60.
to be like, yeah, 71.
He's 69.
Ooh, shit.
And a lot of Kyrie fans are saying it's too low, that there's not 68 more talented players than him across the history of the league. Keep in mind, Jason Tatum's 93, Shea's unranked. This feels like you're not hating on Kyrie putting him at 69. That is a very fair ranking if you're giving him. It's on the high end even.
To be honest, okay, yeah, this is actually one that I can get with.
Yeah, it's a fair ranking.
I'm still reeling
It's the
from a
other
lot
ones.
of the other ones.
Yeah.
From the Paul George of it all.
Tatum at 93 and Paul George at 78. Jimmy Butler over Tatum right now is still just like, what are we? Chauncey Billups over Tatum.
You're just too confused about it all.
At this point, like, I'm mad.
I ain't gonna lie.
I can't help but to respect it because you knew what you set out to do and you accomplished a goal.
Chris Bosh is 71.
Out of every single list that we've ever either made ourselves, blind rankings included, or all time or off season rankings list, this is easily the worst list that we've read.
Manu
Easily.
Ginobili is 75.
Who?
Manu Ginobili. There's a common theme on here of really, really pushing role players for great teams high on this list over stars like Shea Gilgeous-Alexander or Jason Tatum. So Manu 75. I think James Worthy was at 67.
All right, bro.
Which is like, all right, man, sure. Shout out Big Game James.
Come on, man.
Draymond Green is 87. I'm like, all right, man.
You know
So-
what? It's not all right. It's not all right. I keep saying, all right, bro.
blasphemous.
87 Draymond.
This is
Green.
malarkey. I don't like this.
Next up, we got Joel Embiid.
99 probably.
Yeah, it has to be at 90. No, actually, no, he has an MVP. So I don't know how to parse it because like Luka, apparently, if you have no accomplishments, that's better than having some. So Joel's probably going to be at like 45 or something.
66. Just above Kyrie Irving. Within sniffing distance of Kyrie Irving.
What are we doing?
Has an MVP. Would have won 2 in a row if he didn't get hurt. But he did get hurt and he gets hurt a lot. So that's probably why he's a little bit lower.
It's just so hard to talk about Joel Embiid's career because of all the weird thing that's been happening. So I don't even know how to gauge 66 right now at all.
No, I don't like it because at least like for Paul George, like I guess Paul George has been to a conference finals, right? Chauncey Billups has been to multiple finals.
He's done the thing. Yep.
Jimmy Butler has led teams to multiple NBA finals. I guess like even if you're going by like just straight rings culture, there's no way you can have those guys there and then Embiid be here at 66.
It's quite strange. Quite strange. Damian Lillard.
40. They're going to put him at 40 or something.
82,
Wait, where was Kyrie at?
69.
69. I'm going. Dame has no chips, no MVPs, nothing. I'm going 82.
And you're trying to guess what they would do, not what you would do.
Yeah.
I think they're putting him at 65.
Right above Kyrie.
Yeah.
64.
There you go.
The first almost good guess of this list.
I don't like it, but I think it should be known generally in NBA discourse that Damian Lillard is better than Kyrie all time.
Yeah, him being a couple spots above him is totally fair to me. I like this. I think this is fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the first one I agree with. James Harden.
So if Joel is at 66,
Yes, Joel was 66. Damian Lillard was 64.
James is at 60.
You think he's in the same area?
Yeah, probably.
Took his team. He has an MVP like James Harden. I mean, he has an MVP like Joel Embiid, but he actually took his team on deep playoff runs, making conference finals.
Have no
Is
idea.
he well? Okay, so is he ahead of Luka? Is the thing because Luka's at
No, they're probably not going to put him ahead of Luka for
They
whatever
should.
reason.
They absolutely should.
they should.
Yeah.
I'll go 53.
I'm going to go.
Wait, I can't remember because I know
I'm
you
going to go
revealed it.
66.
Because 54 was Reggie Miller.
52 was Luka.
Okay, 52 was Luka. I'll go 48 then.
34.
Okay.
They gave James Harden respect. This is
That's
perfect-
not bad.
This
That's
is a
not bad.
perfectly fine ranking.
That's
Wow,
okay.
I was kind of disrespectful.
I think when we did all-time ranking, I put him at like 31. So
Yeah.
34 is perfectly fine.
well, I
that
mean,
feels
they've
good.
been trolling the whole time, so it's
Yeah, exactly. I've been trolling 2 back. That's why I'm like, okay, 66.
yeah, that's not bad.
Chris Paul
40.
has longevity,
Which apparently they respect.
has a finals appearance, which I think they respect, has conference finals appearances, which I think they respect.
Put him at 27.
You know, he might be 32.
Right above Harden,
Yeah, they might put him right above Harden.
30.
Okay.
Right above Harden. They said you made the finals. You've done it for a long time. I suppose the logic is there.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we're getting more.
James Harden peaked better, but I honestly can't tell what they value. It's a bit inconsistent. 'Cause, like,
Exactly.
Why is Luka so high? But I don't know.
a
whatever.
bit inconsistent.
It's absolutely
so
outrageous.
just a tad.
Yeah. Where they made these guys.
Dwight Howard. Oh, I think I already told
Oh,
you.
yeah,
yeah,
you
you
told
said
us,
it.
yeah.
He's 52.
Yeah.
Okay. Russell Westbrook.
Oh, shit. All right, so obviously he's going to be
Quite the can of worms
lower
here.
Is this
than
finally
CP3.
somebody that we get in like 45?
I think he should be. I
Behind
think he's
those other
probably going to
guards?
be like 48, 47.
So just above Luka.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the tail end of it has been so bad though.
Yeah, but the highs were there.
They were there 45. I'll go.
48.
Okay.
I think I said 47, 48.
It's kind of fair.
Putting him like
Okay.
10 spots behind Harden in the Chris Paul range. That feels fine to me.
fair.
Yeah,
That feels fair.
MVP. Okay.
Yeah.
Multiple conference finals.
Anthony Davis.
Ooh, this is very interesting. For some reason, I feel like everyone just feels like he is an underachiever.
He is, to be fair. I mean, but he did actually. He is as a one option, but he does have a championship where he was 1A, 1B best player for that finals run.
Yeah. I don't-
What are we doing? 38? Like below CP, below Harden.
I think they're going to put him 29.
I'll go 38.
45. Just above Dwight Howard.
Okay, and a little bit above.
Now Dwight
Russell
has
Westbrook.
way more jewelry as a number one option with the DPOYs, taking team to finals.
Yeah.
But AD does have a ring. Playing with LeBron James.
That's fair. That's fine.
I don't know how to feel about that one. That one's kind of a hard conversation.
I don't like it, but
Once
it's
again,
not the worst.
Once again, I feel like, well, this was the argument for the NBA 75 where people were like, you put AD on there, but not Dwight Howard. Like, it's kind of the same thing. So I guess NBA discourse is just, yeah, like AD is just that much better than Dwight Howard.
I think they're pretty similar peak wise, but I don't know. Dwight did it as the first best player, which always gets a certain level of respect, which is not undeserving, but maybe I think there could be more nuance there at times with that.
It was such a unique like
Yeah, exactly.
team build.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. 80 never had that opportunity. His best squad was Etuan Moore, Drew Holiday, Rondo. That one year they upset the Blazers.
He's a significantly better offensive player than Dwight. And I don't know if
Exactly.
everybody thinks that or not because Dwight was the best player in the finals team. People were like, surely you can play through him. But I do think AD peaked better offensively.
That man had 2 post moves.
Yeah, but his defense was better than AD's. Giannis.
Ooh,
19.
now we're talking.
19?
Okay.
Now we're talking about the legends.
Is he top 20? Do you think they'll put him top 20?
I think they will. I think they're going to put him at
22?
16.
I'll set it on 19.
24.
I should have said that at 22.
Lower than you guys
Yeah.
think. A bit surprising. I certainly rank him in the teens already.
Yeah, I think they're clearly wrong, but this is not like the worst placement on this.
I don't know
list.
if it's well, okay, I have to see who else is above, but I don't know if 24 is like
Mhm.
clearly wrong. Just because like if you asked me after 21 and even after 22, I would have been like, okay, like he's clearly on that path. But the last couple years where he hasn't even been able to play in the playoffs, so we've had 2 of those years taken away. Maybe you can argue that. And
Dwayne
especially
Wade
as,
is
like,
one spot above him at 23.
who?
Dwayne Wade is one spot above him at 23. Charles Barkley's a 25, so he's one spot above Barkley.
That makes more sense than Wade being one spot ahead of him.
You think Wade should be significantly higher than him?
No, I think Wade would probably be at 26, I guess.
Oh,
Like,
just behind them because of no MVPs.
yeah, no MVPs. Obviously the 3 chips, but like
Yeah.
the individual stuff is different. So all right, I guess.
It's understandable at the least.
Okay.
I'll put all those guys a little bit. I mean, I think Charles Barkley at 25 is fine. I'd put Wade and Giannis a little bit higher, but it's understandable. Nikola Jokic.
Clearly better than Giannis,
He-
or at least I think so.
We all think about them pretty similarly as the 2 defining big men of their generations, defining MVPs of their generations.
19.
He has, 3 MVPs to his name?
He does.
The championship.
Three and 4
MVPs
years,
is
a
great.
championship. I'll go 19.
I think I'll put him at 11.
17.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if he should be 7 spots higher than Giannis. I feel like they should be pretty close together, but I'm not mad at 17.
They both
Nah,
need to be
I don't know.
moved up.
Now that you Giannis has 2 MVPs though.
Yeah, and a DPOI.
Yeah.
I did-
That is true.
yeah,
One of
yeah.
them DPR.
Yeah, Giannis doesn't exactly have a bad resume himself.
Okay.
But this
It's
is
not
where
bad. Makes sense.
Jokic should be, so I'm definitely not. This is probably the best placement we've seen so far. Steph Curry.
Now I think he is 10.
Is Steph top 10 all time? I think
For BR?
for BR. You know
Shit,
what?
They might make him 7.
I'll
That wouldn't be
will-
ridiculous.
I will agree with you. I'll go 7 for Steph Curry.
Mhm.
Ooh, no, he's number 10.
Damn, I should have stayed at 10. Okay.
And Kobe is number 11, which has caused great debate on Twitter between these two players.
Don't let me be in this debate. Please don't.
He said, y'all not going to like what I got to say.
Shit, man.
I think it's perfectly reasonable. I think it's also reasonable to pick Kobe over him. They're pretty interchangeable, but I'm certain this is far from the worst placement on this list.
Yeah. We did this debate before. So.
Yeah. And I lean Curry slightly, but I
had
understand
Curry.
both sides.
Yeah, I had Curry above him. I think we had like a 2-on-2 debate thing.
Yeah, with Pierre.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that's the last one.
Okay.
To round out the rest of the top 10, they have Wilt Chamberlain at 9,
Stupid.
Larry Bird at 8, kind of low. Tim Duncan at 7,
Low.
Shaq at 6,
Okay.
Too high.
Bill Russell at 5,
Okay.
Magic at 4,
Okay.
Kareem at 3,
Yeah.
2 LeBron, 1 Jordan.
Okay, I guess like
The top 10 is fine.
standard top 5.
Yeah, standard top 10 in general. It's fine.
Okay.
Obviously, how we value the olds is obviously up in the air for to each their own. But
Just listen, man. Just get Will out of there. Put Steph and Kobe in the top 10. Perfect.
work here's done.
Cinema.
Okay, next thing we're going to do. Carmelo Anthony was announced as a 2K cover athlete this week. So we are going to do a Carmelo Anthony 5 levels game. We're going to talk about how good he'd be in the modern NBA. I got 5 players, a variety of skill sets. You guys pick who you'd rather have in today's game.
All right,
Carmelo or
okay.
this player. Future Hall of Famer now, right? He got into the Hall of Fame as well. That's why they picked him for the 2K athlete.
He is.
Shout out Melo. Donovan, your time to glaze. Level 1, Carmelo Anthony or Paolo Banchero.
Paolo wishes he could be Carmelo Anthony.
He looks in the mirror and he sees Carmelo Anthony.
Yes. Listen, man. He's not feeling the shoes. He's not doing it right now. I'm taking Melo.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Paulo obviously has a higher ceiling than Melo because of the passing abilities and
I don't know if he
Really,
obviously
is
has a
that-
higher ceiling than Carmelo Anthony.
simply because the passing, I think he has a higher ceiling. I don't now. Of course, the scoring thing is he needs to put it
pretty
together
big
a
gap
little
there.
more consistently. But if he does that alongside keep his passing at the level that has been at bare minimum, I think he's going to be better. But
Yeah.
for now, it's Melo.
This is the one time where I'm gonna use all of the arguments against Paolo against him.
Inefficient.
I don't think I don't know if I think Paolo's me better than Melo ceiling wise, but you know, this is level 1 for a reason.
Yeah.
Level 2, Evan Mobley.
No, I'm taking Melo.
Yeah.
I think maybe in like a year or two, especially as like Mobley's offensive game really starts to like develop. And again, he's taking leaps, but right now, and I'm gonna give deference to Melo because I do think that you could put him on the team and still run like competent playoff offense through him. And Evan Mobley is like rising up there. It's getting close, but
Yeah.
he's not there yet.
Okay. I'm fine with going Melo. I agree.
This guy.
I'm just, I'm
This
just
guy.
kidding. We can keep going. Level 3, Devin Booker.
Ooh.
Honestly, at this stage, I would have flipped him. I would have flipped Booker and Mobley because I actually think that that's tougher. I think that yes, what Booker provides as like an off-ball player and being able to play point guard, that's fair. Whenever he does it, and especially the situation that he's in, it's not a great situation.
Yeah.
Give me Melo and give me Melo scoring because
Would Melo be better as a lone star in Phoenix right now?
Nobody
Devin
would be
Booker.
good in
Yeah,
that situation.
can you say Phoenix is not the bar?
Yeah.
Nobody can say Phoenix.
Like, I think the best version of Devin Booker, and listen, shout out to them because like they got it done. They got to the finals. But you put Devin Booker next to another like elite point guard who can handle, and you just tell Devin Booker, hey, go get buckets. That's kind of the best version of Melo, where you put him with a Chauncey Billups, with an Allen Iverson, and you say, go get buckets. Now, they lose to Kobe in the conference finals, but that's kind of the situation. I'm still going to take Melo over Booker.
Okay.
Pretty
Level
chalk.
4, Jason Tatum.
Ooh, shit. Better rebounder. Well, I don't know, actually.
You lose me. I think I might rather have Jason Tatum in the modern NBA. Everything we know about the modern NBA, the importance of your best players being able to be playmakers, the importance of your best players being able to defend, the versatility Jason Tatum brings to the way you can play on both sides of the ball. I think I'd rather play through that.
Yeah, if I had an opportunity to draft a 20-year-old Tatum versus a 20-year-old Melo, I'm definitely taking Tatum because it doesn't matter what type of way I construct my offense or defense. Tatum's going to be good regardless and rise to whatever opportunity of the occasion it is. So I think I'm taking Tatum.
And just being able to play with more other stars of different types of play styles, I feel good about.
I can't say nothing.
We got you.
I can't say nothing.
You got to respect Tatum and slander Melo? Ugh. Tough day for you.
I'm not slandering.
Tough
Melo.
day for you.
I'm not slandering.
You're
Melo.
picking against him.
I'm not saying anything.
To not love,
He's not saying
to
anything.
not love is to hate.
I'm not saying anything.
And that speaks volumes.
I'm not saying anything.
And that speaks volumes.
Coward.
Your silence is deafening.
Who's the next one? Because Carmelo wins. Now what? Now
No.
what? Who's level 5?
Tatum has been eliminated. I mean, Carmelo Anthony has been eliminated. Level 5 would have been Shea, which is not much of a conversation anymore.
Easy out. Hell no.
Yeah, he got it. Shea got it.
So,
I was daring you to say something.
next thing we're going to do.
He can't guard him in the post.
They can't guard each other in the post. Next thing we're going to do. I'm going to name you a series of NBA statements / takes / questions that are just general ways of thinking. You tell me if you agree or disagree.
All right.
Okay.
So these are common debates and things people think across the internet. You let me know where you fall on these statements.
Okay, let's do it.
Kobe's legacy gets disrespected too much.
Over the last few
Agree
weeks,
or
I would
disagree?
say, or last few
I
days
disagree.
specifically. I don't know.
Actually, wait. Gets disrespected too much? I agree.
Mm.
I do agree. I think there was a brief moment in like the 2 years after he died where it probably went too far back, and now
Yeah.
everyone's trying to course correct, and so now everyone's like, yeah, Kobe wasn't this, Kobe wasn't that. So I think in this moment his legacy is getting disrespected.
I think so. When people say disrespected, it's because somebody says he's like the 10th or 11th best player in the world of all time, not number 3. You know, and I think people always thought that. People are just more inclined to react negatively now because they're assuming it's like disrespect post death. Like you never would have said this if he was alive. A lot of people said at the time too. I think people just react more harshly now.
Yeah, I feel like I might agree with this because actually I don't know. It's so chalk because I'm in all sides of the internet. Literally, it's so chalk right now. Like we tend to do a lot of revisionist history when it comes to specifically the conversation and the talking point has been about Kobe's defense and how a lot of people feel like those all NBA defensive teams were completely undeserved and they're like an overblown talking point when it comes to building up his legacy and how great of a overall player he was. So I'm gonna agree. It's probably a little bit too much over the last few years. Obviously, I think like the defense
We knew those
conversation
all
is
defense teams are Fugazi. We knew that before he died.
And
It
this
is
is what I'm talking about.
yeah.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
But some people do the whole like, was he ever the best player in the world thing? I think he probably was the best player in the world at some point. It certainly was a debate between him and Tim Duncan. So
Yeah.
people probably because the stars today, because like LeBron, we see a lot of guys are best scorers and best passers at the same time. People kind of assume Kobe's style of play couldn't have been at the same level of dominance because he wasn't that passer. But a lot of that and his inefficiency was because of the era. So I think people probably discount just how high his peak was. Though I think a lot of the what's the word here? The arguments against him in all-time debates against other top 5 players, a lot of them I think are fair. But again, the peak gets discredited.
Plus, I do think that pre-death and post-death, the level to which people think that he was like a second fiddle or like getting carried by Shaq.
Yeah, that's
I
over-exaggerated.
think that's always been very disrespectful because obviously,
Right.
obviously Shaq is one of the best players of all time, and he was dominant at the same time Kobe was dominant or getting there. That's why they won 3 in a row. But like if you go back and you look at those runs, Kobe's numbers are still great, and there are great Kobe performances in every single series. And so I do think that he gets disrespected too much.
I agree.
This is 1 of 10. Keep it moving. Next up, we got Shea is the top 2 player in the world right now. Agree or disagree?
I agree. If you coming off the year that he just had, you have no choice but to minimum give him the summer to be the second best player in the world. Maybe whenever the season starts and Giannis goes crazy, maybe you could say like you have that. But the fact that he is as efficient as he is averaging 30, is a good enough playmaker, is a good a good defender. There's really no holes in his game.
Yeah. I mean, the hardest task in the league, in my mind, is being asked to play a certain level of defense, which he does, while also getting the most ridiculously tough shots in every area of the court. If you want to give it to him, that's fine. But me personally, I see all time, I know all time. Shea's all time, but I don't think he's all time to the level of Giannis right now, considering how he's just like, he breaks your literal offense, and knowing the demon that he has been defensively. If he was like, I can let people rock with this sentiment for the summer, but the second that Giannis' defense like starts to creep up around, that's when I'm like, yeah, we're not talking about none right now.
It's certainly not ridiculous to say Shea's better. Just because, one, Giannis is still the better defender, is a more important position, bigger player, but his defense isn't like at DPOY level anymore. So I don't think it's such a just gigantic difference that you have to just say that's book open and closed, shut. Giannis is better because of defense. It's not quite that deciding of a factor anymore. So I think it's understandable to say Shea is clearly the most impactful guard scorer in the NBA right now. And we think his ability to lead high level offenses, be a good enough shooter to play off ball a little better, like especially because Giannis doesn't really buy into the big man stuff, playing off of guards like we saw with Dame. Like, it's certainly not crazy.
Yeah, it's super easy to agree with this, especially in the state of the Bucks. So
yeah,
I'll let you have it.
Zion's career is the biggest disappointment of the 2020s. Agree or disagree?
Agree. Actually, oh wait.
Who else career comes up?
Actually, I disagree.
Oh,
I disagree.
I'm surprised you disagree as the biggest Zion criticizer up here.
I think actually it's very tough. I honestly do go back, and I'm really like, I'm not even trying to be funny or anything. It's between Zion and Embiid right now.
Really? I was gonna say Zion and Kevin Durant for me personally.
What?
Yeah, just constant like disgusting situations. Never made it to a conference finals.
Yeah, but he's old as hell.
At all. Yeah, he's old as hell. But it's
Post
just
Achilles.
like, it's just disappointing to me.
I think he could be top 5. I just think like for Embiid, and maybe Zion gets it because like Embiid did win an MVP, so like he does have that moment. But like, but obviously like you want him to get to a conference finals, and like the Sixers are in a place right now where you don't even know what the team is going to be like because he's always hurt. But Zion was supposed to be like the next great, star, and it never happened.
This is Zion. It's not fucking close. The NBA put all their eggs in the Zion basket marketing wise. He was supposed to be the face of Team USA, top 5 player in the world, the newest American star that goes toe to toe with these European big men that are just dominating, win MVPs. He is so far from that. And yet Embiid is disappointing in that he couldn't, hit the highest level he wanted to hit because of injuries. But he is so much closer to his peak than Zion got to.
Facts. And like with Zion, you've seen just enough to where you can think it could be there to where it reels you in. Like you have the 40-point play-in game where it's like, oh, it's great. And then boom, hamstring injury.
You know what you got? You got a taste and you're ready for the whole load.
You've been waiting on that.
We never got the load.
We never got it. Still waiting.
Okay.
I'm sick of getting the taste.
I can agree to this for sure.
LeBron is still a top 10 player in the NBA. Agree or disagree?
If we're being real, I disagree.
Is this the first year for you, the first summer that it's like definitive? You can't really have the conversation?
Yeah.
You can't have the conversation at all.
I think last year you could have done some mental gymnastics and been like, in a playoff series, if all the chips are down, who I want making decisions at the highest level in a playoff setting where he's going to attack mismatches, yada, yada, yada. I think the ship is kind of sailed.
I think, last year, listen, when I saw him not be able to blow by Rudy Gobert, I said, oh, it's over. I said, it's wraps. It's wraps. And he had those moments. He had moments where that he's leaning on the 3-point shot. That's not really falling. And you always expected him to turn up in the playoffs, and you weren't able to get that. And even whenever he did, like that game 4, where he gave everything he had and they lost, you knew, oh, he's cooked for the rest of the series.
Yeah.
It's just too much energy to ask him to expend.
Yeah, it's tough.
I bounce back on this every single day. I directly think he is
We know you
number
bounce on
10, but there's plenty of times where I'm like, yeah, he might be 11 or 12.
Jokic will finish as a top 10 player of all time. Agree or disagree?
If he wins another championship, which I think with this new iteration of the Denver Nuggets, he probably is going to be in those conversations. Yes. So I'm assuming he wins another chip. Absolutely. Yes. I agree.
I can't say absolutely because it's fucking hard to be a top 10 player of all time. But if someone tells me they think he will, I'm not going to say that's crazy.
It's hard to push him out of those conversations when you look at the gaudy numbers. You look at 3 MVPs already, and he's like not even 31 years old or whatever. So he very much could have another like random MVP dropped off before he leaves too. So now you're looking at 4 MVPs. How many players of all time have those numbers on their plate? If everything goes right, I'm not thinking about him as a talent because I think he's a top 10 talent of all time.
How many players in NBA history have been definitively the best player in the world for 5 straight seasons? He's probably going to get to that. I feel like everybody that can say that probably ended up a top 10 player.
It's LeBron and Jordan loosely.
Kareem.
And
then like whatever you think about Wilt or Bill Russell, one of them, whatever that. Maybe neither one of them. Maybe they go back and forth. I don't even know. But very few players had a stretch, a decade that they dominated like Jokic has dominated the 2020s.
If he gets another ring, I think he gets it.
Yeah.
I think he gets there. Because right now he's probably on the outside at like 15-ish.
But you know what's tough? This era of basketball, it's way harder to win multiple rings. And we're going to see so many legends just not have the hardware of past legends because the league was just different.
But just one?
Yeah, well...
I think he can get one more.
I think it's going to happen a lot.
I think he can get one more for sure. Like the top 10 player ever conversation has nothing to do, obviously the skill, no one can say anything about that. It's just about what his team can accomplish. That way we can like finally get from the crown, like, yeah, you are that guy. And I think his team is good enough to help him get to that point.
Okay. Next up,
I agree.
Luka should sign with the Lakers long term. Agree or disagree?
I agree. I agree. I think being on the Lakers gives you an instant boost in terms of like having people want to go play for you.
Yeah.
And listen, man, they just got bought. They are not brokies anymore. They have money. They're going to have money to spend.
And listen, a lot of people can say they don't have a championship core around him. We don't know how they're going to get a championship core around him in the coming years. They're going to waste Luka's prime years. That would be reasonable. History has shown if you just wait a few years, stars will come to the Lakers. They will get blessed some way, somehow. If I was Luka, I'd be willing to bet with history that I will get blessed with another star at some point.
Yeah, why not? If the Lakers didn't have any picks or any redeeming like young players or any type of talent on that team, but yeah, bro, you got to get the fuck out of here. They sent you out there to die, but they're loading up. They're saving all their assets right now. They're not listening to LeBron. They're willing to sour the relationship with one of the greatest players of all time. You should stay there.
Yo, outlive Rob Pelinka, Luka. The Knicks have the most annoying fan base in the NBA. Agree or disagree?
Absolutely agree, without a doubt, bro. They want everything. They think just because they're in New York that they're like one of the most important franchises in the history of the league. They're not.
They think they're the Celtics. They think they're the Lakers, and they're just not.
Exactly. They don't do anything outstanding. They have lackluster talent historically, bro. They don't have a top 10 player of all time. They never had in the 2000s. They never had any outstanding run, bro. Outside, I guess, over the last few years. Congratulations, you made to the Eastern Conference Finals. But outside of that, I'll ask.
None of their living, breathing fans have seen a championship, yet they carry themselves like they've been off of 3 straight dynasties.
Yep, exactly, bro. Like, do you see the way they treat their legends as well?
Disrespectful,
bro.
First of all, it's just one. it's just one legend that all the other ones, all of them are front row at every single playoff game, which is actually very fun. I mean, I can see the argument. I disagree. I feel like
all y'all do was yell, bro. Any single playoff game that they have, I ain't gonna lie, the
and
energy
yet
is great,
everybody, if y'all had the passion that Knicks fans do, everybody else would be super excited. Obviously, I think it's your people. I think the Lakers and the Warriors.
I was gonna say, I'm kidding. It's the Warriors fans pretty easily.
It's the Lakers and the Warriors for me. I think the Warriors just because they are Steph Curry has them entitled. And
it's so entitled.
And it's ridiculous.
They're a cult. They're honestly a cult. Then they're insane too.
Yeah.
Like the way they turn on like their own people, like the way they hate Steve Kerr, they're lunatics. They're not sane. A
The
lot
man
of
has
the fan
won
base.
4 championships with you, and you want him fired?
They're lunatics. The cult of Steph Curry breeds insanity.
Yes.
Lakers have one of the biggest fan bases. There's a lot of dumbasses in Lakers fan base because it's such a big fan base. So a lot of stupid people out there just because it's such a big fan base. But I think pound for pound, person for person, proportionally per capita, the Warriors fans are the most annoying.
Yeah, the Lakers fans are annoying right now because half of them aren't even Lakers fans. They're LeBron fans masquerading, and so it's like you're not even a real fan.
Yeah. You can win a championship with Trae Young as your team's best player. Agree or disagree?
Wow, it's tough.
Listen, I just saw a run where Tyrese Halliburton was the best player on the team.
Within one game of winning the chip.
But
One game away, and he ruptured his Achilles 2 minutes into the game. I guess anything's possible at this point.
I don't know. The thing is with Tyrese Halliburton, he played the best defense of his career, and he used every ounce of his length disrupting plays. He blocked a couple shots in the NBA Finals. I think precisely like 2 shots. And that's nothing that Trae Young's ever going to be able to do.
Listen,
bro.
2 blocks in
It
6
means
games,
something, bro.
You blocked 2 shots. Great.
It means something, bro.
A block every other game. Hey man,
Hey,
It's a
man.
4-point swing.
Exactly, bro. That 0.6 blocks per game means something to me.
it does.
I'm gonna agree for obvious reasons. I think if we see Tyrese Halliburton able to go and drag this team, I think if I saw Allen Iverson fucking 25, 26 years ago go ahead and drag that team to the NBA,
I would do that.
We're still,
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, we have a chance, we can win.
yeah, we're still naming people that didn't win a championship. but I think that the percentage of it, I don't think it's
Okay, so I will
I
say-
don't think it's a non-zero chance.
Yeah.
So because of that, I will agree.
I will say if we win a championship with Trae Young, he's not gonna be the best player on the team. He'll probably be the second.
That means the answer is no.
Exactly.
Next up, NBA basketball is better today than it was 20 years ago. Agree or disagree?
In 2005, agree.
Absolutely.
They had to. Anytime you have to change the rules because the game is getting like too
Boring.
ugly. Yeah, man, it's better. It's better today.
Yep. You don't think the game's too soft today? You don't think they don't want it? They're entitled? Pay
Well-
too much money?
Well, Adam made the call and he put in that memo to the refs and he was like, "Hey, listen, let them play." The finals and the playoffs this year was some of the best basketball that we've seen in a long time. Like physicality is back.
Yeah. If
I'm
you don't
with
like
it.
watching threes, I suppose I understand. I like watching high level basketball, and NBA offenses today are the highest level we've ever goddamn seen. Easy yes to me.
Yeah.
Agreed.
NBA jerseys are worse today than they were 20 years ago. Agree or disagree?
I don't know. They definitely did bring out some bullshit, but in today's days, they're experimenting a little bit more. And there's a lot more. I think there's more misses than there are hits.
Well, there's way more volume. There's every team gets a new jersey every goddamn year. The
Yeah.
amount of jerseys we've seen in the last 7 years dwarfs what we saw in the previous 25 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I agree with this because all of the good jerseys right now are spin-offs of the stuff from 20 years ago. We're like, oh yeah, that was cool. Let's bring it back. So like, yeah, you guys are trying to copy what you were doing 20 years ago.
Naturally, they will be worse because the input is ridiculous.
And jerseys is one of those things we look at with rose-tinted glasses. There's always nostalgia involved. But then again, I think the young NBA fans absolutely adore the jerseys of today. Like people like our demographic and older are like, what is Nike doing? We're losing recipes. Why don't they wear their whites on home anymore? All this stuff. Young NBA fans are like, ooh, bright colors. These are sick. So generational divide.
Man, go read a book, man.
And that's the end of that. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to play 20 questions. Normally we do this with players, but today we're going to do 20 questions with teams. I'm going to think of an NBA team, either current day or past. You got to think which team I'm thinking of.
Okay.
So it could be from any year in NBA history.
Okay.
Get 20 questions figured out. I feel like this time you might actually need the 20 questions. We might actually get to the end.
All right. Say less.
So, which team am I thinking of?
Is this team from this decade?
No.
Damn. That would have made so much easier, bro. Okay.
And by this decade, you mean the 2020s?
Yeah, 2020s.
Nope.
Okay.
Is this team from this millennium century? I guess they both start in 2000.
Post 2000? Yes, this team is post 2000.
Okay.
We got 20
Is
years.
this team in the,
25 years to be exact.
in the Western
No,
Conference?
because you said not 2020.
yeah. What did you say?
Is this team in the Western Conference?
They are not.
Eastern
Eastern
Conference.
Conference
Did this
team.
team make the conference finals?
They did.
Okay.
How
And
many
we're going
questions
like
are we
one
doing?
specific year, right?
Yeah, one specific year, one specific franchise.
Okay.
Okay.
What's next?
So they're
What's
in
next?
the Eastern Conference.
Did this team win a championship?
They did not win a championship. Nope.
Did this team make the finals?
They did make the finals.
Finals losers over the last 20 years.
There
in the
we
Eastern
go.
Conference. Love
Okay.
it. Now I'm not gonna go through all of them. Let's keep asking questions though. All right. Is this team primarily? It's their primary jersey. Obviously not the white one, but like, red is red a popular color in their color scheme?
Kinda.
Okay, so think about the Eastern Conference teams. You got the
Maybe take it as a yes, but kinda.
Raptors,
It's like alternate-
Sixers.
I don't want to get. There's a reason why it's iffy, but kinda. I'll say that.
Raptors, Sixers. You could kind of say
Hawks.
the Bucks. The Hawks never.
You can kind of say the
Red?
Bucks.
They
Where you
never
getting
made
Bucks
it into
from?
the finals. The Hawks never made
Oh,
it.
true.
So he would
When I
know.
wish.
Oh no, but the Raptors, when they made it to the finals, they won. So it can't be.
But
that.
yeah, okay, you're right. Oh, we don't need. I don't think we need to ask another question for real.
You
But
know?
we can't. Shit, we can list them off right now. Okay,
Well, hold on. Okay,
Think about
I'll ask one question
Okay.
to make your job easier. Is this team from the 2010s?
They are not from the 2010s.
In
Oh,
the
shit.
2000s?
Just made my job harder. Okay, shit.
He said, I thought I knew, but never mind.
All right, so losers in the 2010s.
Yes. Is this the 2002 New Jersey Nets?
This is not the 2002 New Jersey
Not the
Nets.
Okay, who else lost? It can't be the Orlando Magic. Can't be the Celtics. Who else lost?
The Pistons lost.
This is the Pistons.
Dude, no, it's not the Pistons.
Fuck. Who lost? That has red in their jerseys.
Is it the 2001 Sixers?
This is not the 2001 Sixers.
How many questions are we at?
I don't know. Like,
I've just been
I think we're.
firing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
think we're-
lost track. Nowhere close to
All right,
2000.
listen.
Yeah.
The finals losers out the East. It's in 2000. Okay, I'm blinking.
This is sad. You guys have so much going for you. The fact that you've danced all around it.
Okay, so it's not the Hawks, not the. Oh shit!
Is it the 2014 Miami Heat?
No.
No, it's in the 2000s.
You asked me if it's 2010s already.
Yeah.
I did say that.
Lock
I did.
the fuck in.
I did say that.
God. Shit.
Ah.
Okay,
Oh, 2007 Caps.
Thank you.
there we go.
You were bringing great shame upon me by not getting it sooner, but you passed. It's a 2007 Hawk.
Thank you.
I'm a 2007 Cavs.
I can't believe I missed that. It was
Yeah,
right there. Fuck.
And that was probably our 22nd question.
Yeah.
One of the most overlooked losers.
Yeah.
Thought I'd get you with that one. I'm gonna name every single position in the league, point guard through center. Who is currently the most overhated player? Someone that gets criticized too much
Okay.
for every position.
Okay. Cool. Let's do it.
What do you want to start with?
We'll go point guard.
Point guard. Point guard first.
Shay.
This is
Easy.
Shay.
Easy.
Yeah,
Easy.
easy. Shay.
He got it.
People hate him just because they just don't like his vibe.
He's
too
on
good.
he's on top of the world and they hate him right now.
Like, pretty boy.
Keep going.
What does he say? What does he say before he says a
He
bitch?
says soft.
Pretty boy, soft, a bitch. I still don't know who they were talking about. Oh, Christian Laettner, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
fair.
They hate Shea just because he's good.
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
that's what it boils down to.
Free throws this, free throws that. Shut up.
Yeah, whatever. Shooting guard.
See, we just went through all the shooting guards and like all the best ones. I don't know if anybody.
All the ones that are hated are like for good reason.
Like Bradley Beal's super hated, and this is like, is he overhated? No.
No,
but
he's given good reason to
we
be
might
down on
see
him.
like a little bit of correction.
Maybe it's
later
like
on.
Jaylen Brown. And the only reason I could say that is just because he didn't make Team USA last year because he was beefing. Like that's kind of it. Nobody
he had a bad
hates.
year.
Nobody hates Ant. Nobody hates D. Mitch. Booker. Nobody ever expects that out of him.
Yeah,
Yeah, this one's tough because like Jalen Green's the most hated shooting guard, but like
it's kind of warranted.
that's just,
Is anybody hating on Tyler Hero like that?
Yeah, it might be Tyler Hero. Yeah, it is. I do. Me, I hate Tyler Hero too much. I didn't put him on my top 5.
All right,
You didn't
cool.
either.
Tyler Hero, I guess.
Yeah, it's Tyler Hero. All-star. He's been maximizing his potential, bro.
Oh no! People hate Lou Dort.
oh yeah, okay.
People hate Lou Dort.
This is going to be OKC.
Anytime Lou Dort is on the court, they're like, it's not basketball. He's a linebacker. That's
Okay.
Fred Warner. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he's bad for the league.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll
it's
do
Lou
Lou Dort.
Okay, small forward. J-Dub, Jalen Williams.
He dances too much.
You got a loose handle.
Who's the most?
Oh, wait. Time out. Can we slide Lou Dort to the 3 and put Jared McCain at 2? Because they be hating on McCain.
Nah.
I don't go
that
there.
type of hate is
I know
not
what you're
warranted.
getting at. We
It's
don't
crazy.
gotta know
Yeah,
that. I know what you're getting at, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't hate him for basketball reasons.
Small
but
forward. It was Jason Tatum until he won the ring. It still might be Jason Tatum.
I think
It might perpetually be Jason Tatum.
It definitely is Jason Tatum.
Even post Achilles?
Yeah, there wasn't quite the tear shed like there was for Tyrese Halliburton. I don't know if the average NBA fan was like, "Fuck, this sucks so
Oh,
much."
we're putting him as a 3 and not a 4.
Sure.
All right, cool. Tatum.
Okay.
Is there
Yeah.
anybody else though that could be on there that we're missing out on that deserves a spot better?
The 3s in the league.
Threes in the league. who
Not a lot
are
of small forwards under a lot of heat.
overrated.
He's like, I mean, Michael Porter Jr. gets hated on. Deserved.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Tatum still remains for sure.
All right,
Okay.
cool. We'll go Tatum at 3.
Power forward. There's some power forwards that get some hate, but like Zion deserves it.
You deserve it, man.
He deserves a criticism for sure.
Are we hating on? Does Giannis get any hate right now?
I can't tell.
Nah, I don't think Giannis gets hate. I think everyone sees Kuzma, KPJ, and Gary Trent Jr. just being his wing options, bro. I don't think he gets hate like that.
I think so.
All right. Well then, if we think about like the biggest the biggest brands out there, like how much are people hating on like Rui Hachimura or something? like it would have to be something weird.
That's wicked, bro.
Rui Hachimura.
Who spends time hating on Rui Hachimura?
I mean Lakers fans, but like
Is Chet Holmgren the most overhated power forward?
stop.
That might be the cop out, to be honest with you, because people see his contract like, yo, this amount of much money for 28% from 3. Shit, it might be Chet. Unless we want to save him for
Power forward's a weird
I
position.
can't even say Draymond.
Yeah, you can't say Draymond. We could put a small forward there. Power forward is like a light position in general that doesn't get a lot of attention these days.
KD.
Is Kevin Durant the most? People criticize the shit out of Kevin Durant off the court for like silly ass reasons that don't matter.
I'm just saying if we're
It
just
might be KD, sure.
if we're just talking about people who are employed by an NBA team who receive the most hate, that's like not 100% like just.
Okay.
KD's probably the
Let's put
KD
him
gets
there.
the most hate for shit that is irrelevant.
yeah.
Like you would think that like it's like warranted and it's fair criticism of his
Yeah.
personality. Who gives a fuck?
Every day on Twitter, he'd be letting the hate come through and slide by his crib every single day, bro. So it
He's-
might be KD.
he's fueled by
He
it.
opens the door to be insulted.
Center. Now there's
Rudy
some big
Gobert.
men that get hated on.
Rudy Gobert, easy, bro. It's
Rudy-
easily Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert's probably the most overhated center of all time.
Yeah. Now, now the whole COVID stuff kind of warranted a little bit. Should have taken it more seriously. But over the last few years specifically, it's Rudy.
Are we giving to him over Joel Embiid, who's perpetually just treated like he's dog shit?
Oh, that is a good one.
I hate both of these guys.
Imagine-
I can't say anything.
After reading that article, I might go Joel Embiid.
I'm gonna let y'all decide.
Nah, it's Rudy Gobert. It's Rudy Gobert. People treat him like his DPOIs are all undeserved. He's one of the greatest defenders of
You know
all
what?
time, and people treat him like he's a bum.
I think that's okay because he
Donovan
doesn't.
Zach came up here and said he could beat Rudy Gobert one-on-one. It is Rudy Gobert.
And you know what? NBA players disrespect
Exactly.
Gobert too. Yeah.
That's what tips it over for me. I never see an NBA player disrespect openly Joel Embiid at all.
That's fair.
It is
for sure
absolutely Rudy Gobert. Okay. Last thing we're going to do before we get out of here. Last week, we did a ranking where we predicted who would be the 10 best players in the NBA in 5 years.
Mhm.
So you're going to do a similar type of theoretical ranking, but this time, we are going to rank the top 10 players in the NBA if everybody was in their prime.
Okay.
So if every single player playing today was the best version of themselves, and we're going to take turns picking the players one by one. I'll go number 1, Mo, you number 2, Donovan, you number 3, until we build a group list. First things first, the best peak in NBA history, LeBron James will be number 1.
Okay.
That is quite
I
simple.
agree with you. Now the conversation is wide the fuck open.
Is it?
I think there's 2 names that are up for wild debate.
Mm.
And for me personally,
Don't do
I'm
it.
going to lean towards this way because I love the consistency throughout the postseason that he's been able to provide.
Oh, he's going to do it.
I'm going Nikola Jokic.
Over Steph Curry?
Yeah, I'm going Nikola Jokic.
This guy.
I don't know if I agree with that, but it's not crazy. Jokic does have an all-time great peak.
They're
but-
just like when I think about peak, when it's most important to fucking peak, there's been so many times where the worst playoff run that we've seen from Jokic just happened like 4 weeks ago against OKC.
Damn, starting off with the dud. Who's number 3, Donovan?
It's not a real dud. It's up for debate.
All right.
It's
Well,
not
thank
easy
you for
combo.
setting me up and allowing me to grace my light skin goat with this. Steph Curry at 3.
Yeah, Steph Curry is easily number 3. It's not crazy to go Jokic, but I would pretty easily pick Curry over him.
Sir, you forget 2016.
I don't forget 2016.
You clearly did. You
It's
clearly
just so
forgot.
hard to take Jokic out of a game offensively,
Sta-
and he doesn't have. It's
Take
hard
2016
to, by the,
step out of a game.
by the nature of his
You know when
game.
you
It's
did that?
hard to.
in the fourth quarter after he done wrecked the game for the first 3.
Great. And what did you do 2 games prior to that?
I don't even know
What?
what the hell does that mean?
Are you referencing a specific game?
No. I said in 2016, the only way to take Steph out of the game is the only reason why you would do it is because they were already up by so much and he wasn't playing in fourth quarters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
and I think
referencing the
Curry.
playoffs.
Curry is a better pick to me just because he's so good as an off-ball player. He can play with any star and elevate them, and so can Jokic to some degree. But Curry is just as brilliant with the ball in his hands as he is without. Whereas Jokic is maybe the best on-ball player ever besides LeBron and Jordan. You could say that. It's not crazy. But the way Curry can influence those around him without the ball, like,
It's not crazy.
there's almost an argument to put him, goddamn, he's like in the conversation to like, it's a close 2-1. Like 2016 Curry is that amazing.
Come on, man.
Okay. I'm not upset at
No,
that.
you should feel great shame.
Not
A
feeling
mention.
shame at all.
Number 4, we'll go Kevin Durant. Another player who was always in the conversation for best player in the world, just happened to be playing behind LeBron James and playing with Steph Curry.
Okay. It's good.
But damn near the perfect basketball player, can play great on both sides of the ball with a lot of different players. Quite the easy pick for me.
At number 5, I had a little bit of a tough time deciding who should go at this spot. But throughout a complete sample size, I think I'm going Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's fair.
Winning MVP and Defensive Player of the Year is something that's so fucking rare in the NBA. It's only been done one other time with Michael Jordan. And so doing that, putting up 50 in a closeout game, hitting 15 straight free throws or whatever it was, as well. When we all know damn well that's an insane weakness of his too. I'm going Giannis.
Yeah, I would do Giannis pretty easily too. In the same way Kevin Durant is clearly 4, I think Giannis is clearly 5. He is just behind him. And honestly, if you tell me that you think championship Giannis playing two-way level, that type of crazy defense to close out a series, closing you out offensively at 51 points in closeout game, if you want to tell me on his best day, you would take that neck and neck or a little bit better than Kevin Durant, I'm not going to call you stupid. I won't agree, but it's certainly they're within striking distance of each other.
Okay.
Donovan, who was number 6?
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, I did not expect that. Jesus Christ.
I think Shai, for everything that he did this, we are smack dab in the middle of his prime, right? Whether you think it started already or this was the first year, whatever. But I think that Shai, especially with what he's done over the last 3 years, the scoring acumen, the efficiency, all of that, the defensive stuff, and the fact that everybody else, like he has circumvented whatever process that you thought, where normally people like make the playoffs and you lose for like 3 to 4 years. They were the 1 seed, lost in the second round, and Shai said, all right, I understand it now. Won the championship, had one of the best, not even like one of the best, but one of the most, once again, consistent runs ever. What Shai does on a night-to-night basis is insane. I'm going Shai at 6.
Hard to disagree when you know a lot of the other guards we compare him to aren't as good defensively. I am stuck here. Do I want to go big Harden or little Harden?
It's tough. That's where I had him next, but I think.
Are we doing this off of one game or like how are we gauging this?
I think through a totality. In my mind, I'm not doing it again. I'm thinking of a total season. Where would these guys rank if you plop them like in the NBA today at their absolute peak?
I'm thinking like
I'm going
whatever,
little harder.
you think their best is. If you get like a 3-year sample size of that, and try to like.
At number 7,
extrapolate.
we're going James Harden. I
Wow.
really want to go Joel Embiid because
Okay.
a two-way play, his scoring is just as great at his highest level, but the injuries, he just never put it together, and I can't ignore that.
Okay.
Very small difference, though. I think at his best, on his best day, he's probably better.
Okay.
We just didn't often see 2 best days in a row.
We're following my list pretty well. I like this.
Yeah.
This player doesn't have the consistency throughout a year-to-year basis, but when he's at his peak, he's undeniably like very much in the conversation of the top 5. I'm going Kawhi at number 8.
Oh,
For
okay,
sure.
fair
You know
enough.
it.
He got it. He
Yeah.
got it done. I
Yeah.
certainly think that Joel Embiid peaked higher than him, but if you want to give credit to the guy who won and actually stayed healthy for a couple years in a row,
Yeah, and was
that's fair.
able to do it in the playoffs as well, which is like the highest peaks. If you
Yeah.
ask me, I'm going him easily.
Okay, I think it's crazy we haven't picked the MVP yet in Joel Embiid, but
Yeah.
it's tough. Donovan, who's number 9?
There's a lot of options that I have here. Put Luka Doncic at 9.
Oh,
Whoa.
Put Luka at 9. I think whatever you think about the first 4 years, if that's prime or pre-prime, you've seen Luka be first team all NBA multiple times. You've seen him lead a team to the conference finals and to the finals before. And when Luka is on, he is controlling everything. He's averaging 30. He's playoff proof. He's clutch. He's 34, 10-9, all that stuff. You can make all the arguments for him being like he's been a top 3 MVP finalist multiple times over. Obviously, if you want to go and beat over him because he actually got it done, 100% cool with that. But I think that Luka's at his best is one of the best players of all time.
Fuck, you're making me choose between Chris Paul and Joel Embiid for the last spots. Two players I want to defend almost all the time. I'm going to go with Joel Embiid. I know he never got done, never made a finals, never made a conference finals. But if I'm ranking the best players alive in any given year, I'm going to rank Joel Embiid in the top 5. The year after he won the MVP, when he was averaging 36 before he got hurt, that is one of the most dominant players I've ever goddamn seen.
Bro, his scoring was comparable to
Comparable
Wilt
to no
Chamberlain,
one.
bro.
Yeah,
Wilt
compared to no
Chamberlain.
one. It was the greatest
Exactly.
scoring start to a season we've ever seen. Points per minute. He was averaging more points than minutes.
Yeah.
That
I
is
think he was
outrageous.
averaging like 34 points. It's crazy.
It was
Don't make no
36
sense.
points in like 35 minutes.
Wow.
It was ridiculous while still being a top end defender. That I have seen very few peaks better than that. I felt like I was watching the new best player in the world for a couple weeks before it all ended to injury.
Yeah.
But I was like, how do you win an MVP? And we all say, you shouldn't have won. We're going into the season thinking you got an MVP you didn't deserve. That means your PR is at an all-time low. We're already thinking this guy's not on my good side. And then you're unanimous MVP halfway through the season and the haters are all shut up. That is so hard to do, but he was that amazing that year.
If you were to have a number 11, who would it be?
Chris Paul.
What about you?
Chris Paul.
I think I would have probably AD and then Chris Paul.
I'm picking Chris Paul pretty easily.
Yeah, I don't think I'm thinking about that. Yeah, I'm taking Chris Paul.
Those
Now,
final years
now
of
after
AD
that,
on the
12?
Pelicans.
Because if you pick at 10, you're going 11, you're going AD, right? I guess I would go Chris Paul. But let's just say, because we outvoted you, you go CP at 11. 12.
AD?
Wemby?
Get the fuck out of here.
I was just saying.
Get the fuck out of
At
here.
that point-
Listen, the prime is on its
Shut
way.
up.
I guess at that point it would be either Westbrook or Tatum after that.
I'm taking AD over Tatum. Thoroughly, for sure.
Thoroughly, for sure. I don't know, because I don't know if I would do that.
That's a weird
It's
conversation.
hard. It's hard to remember.
At a certain point, we got to put
AD.
Rudy Gobert in the conversation.
All right, now the episode's over. Just ruin my fucking vibe.
If you're still here, comment Rudy Gobert deserves love.
Comment house call. We here.
Check out House Call episode 3. Check out our wide receiver tier list. Was a fun episode. Let us know what you think.